I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase the bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything.
The venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen no many once, I just so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted, created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Here's we have a problem. Hold on. There, we should be good. I hate it whenever I open OBS sometimes. Sometimes the fucking thing's all fucked up. I don't know why. We back, everything good? It looks like everything's good. Yeah. Okay. So apparently Tectone got a week suspension on YouTube. I was like, well, how did he catch a week suspension? He said that he got a week suspension for cursing. And I thought about it and I was like, there's no way. And I was right. He has a tendency to say the F word when it relates to gay people. But not like in that correlation. He calls, like those, he calls people that he thinks that are, the R word, which I'm no longer going to say as well. And it's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't want to catch a week suspension on YouTube. I looked up the terms and service for it, and apparently that is a thing. And yeah, I don't want to push my boundaries. Unfortunately, I will no longer be able to say the R word. I never said the other word like that, and I don't even like referencing that word like that because I'm not a big fan of that word. I can relate to being the R word, but I can't relate to like that in any way, shape, or form. And I don't really like that word, so obviously not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that at all. Okay. Let's get on with this, boys. There's a good chance that today's stream is probably going to be demonetized because we got Afro Man. He just won his court case. And you boys want to know why he won. Morning, Alex. How's it going? How's it going? Let me switch back over to the big screen. There we go. We should be good now. Let me widen this chat so that way I can see everybody. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get it. Let's get these games knocked out. We got the IGN review. I played Crimson Desert for about 5 hours yesterday, and then I started getting tired, so I went to bed. Oh man, have I got some shit to say about IGN? Oh, have I got some shit to say? I've actually speaking of that, I've actually been enjoying the game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there is one hell of a learning curve when it comes to the menus and the controls. But if you can grasp the menus and the controls, and some of the gameplay is a little janky, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad of a game at all. I've actually been enjoying the shit out of it. I look forward to putting at least 1,000 hours into this game. Just from those 5 hours that I played it. Jesus Simulator? You know we gotta watch that, bro. Oh, bacon. Damn, what you baking?
It's all yours, son.
Jesus.
Why does that staff look oddly feminine? Is it just me? Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you give us. Is this like a legit simulator, or is this like a making fun sim? It's making a table. So hold on, wait a minute. So you got a simulator inside of a simulator. That's crazy. You know, if you don't have this bar pop up on the right-hand side of your vision whenever you're putting a table together, you're not doing it right, by the way. Just throwing that out there. God damn, boy. Bro over there tarantulaing that shit. I didn't even know that was a word. Ah, damn, bro. Bro popped his arms out of the socket to get that. Damn, I never got around to playing this game, huh? This game looked really good.
Serious injury.
I'm a police officer. Can you hear my voice?
We played the demo for this game back whenever I was playing games, bro. That was a good game.
Help is on the way.
Homemade chocolate chip muffins, damn. What the fuck? Oh! Yo, low key, I thought that the cop was doing that. I was like, why is the cop riding around with the ambulance? You could play as an ambulance crew. Okay. Yo, where's the fire crew at, motherfucker? Wait a minute. Where's the fire crew at? Oh! Yo, that's exactly like whatever I went through EMT. Damn, I had the same bar and everything. I ain't gonna lie to you, 9 times out of 10, if someone's incapacitated by the time you get there, they at least in my experience, Because I got a bunch of old people, dude. Every time I showed up somewhere and someone was incapacitated, it was an old person. It was an old person always, dude. Never understood it. And I'm going with that is like there was not really anything we could do for them typically. Oh my God. Is that the coroner? Oh my, hold on, wait a minute. We're not done with this yet. Hold on. Granny rolling up the road, man. Yo, that looks kind of sick. Wait a minute. Why don't we have more tank games, boys? We need more tank games. No, that's just part of the job. That's just part of being the first responder. It happens. It's definitely one of those things that it just is what it is. I feel more bad for the families, honestly. That's just part of being a first responder. That's just all there is to it. Try to do everything you can for them. Try to comfort the families, but if there ain't nothing that can be done, then that's just all there is, you know. That hood is something else, man. That is something special, man. I wonder how many World War II veteran or World War II people got ran over by their own tanks, like accidentally, you know, or like during I think it was World War I was the trench warfare. I wonder how many people got ran over by their own tanks accidentally. I bet it happened a lot. Well, I mean, it's a genuine question. Okay, I think that's it. Let's move on from this. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this nonsense that IGN published. Bro, they so scared now. They don't even post. They don't even post their reviews anymore. They're so scared now. Man, if y'all got one person that analyzes and plays a game, y'all need to increase that to 2 or 3 so that way y'all could get an overall score. Seriously, stop putting the review on one person. Stop doing it to yourselves. Y'all need to come together collectively as a team and play through a game simultaneously and come together with one general score.
Mark's here with Travis Northup, our reviewer of Crimson Desert. Travis, how are you holding up after over 100 hours with this game?
I'm holding up. This is the gig, man. This is my Super Bowl. Whenever a big chunky RPG comes out, and I know I'm about to lose my life, so I'm getting close to the end there, and it feels good.
Let's talk about this review process for a little bit. Why we don't have a final review?
You know, he does, doesn't he?
right now, although you do have like a score in mind already at this point with 100 hours under your belt. The review process for this one was weird. It's a huge game. Like we said, it's over 100 hours and there's tons more side content you could be doing beyond just getting to the end of the game. Not that you haven't been doing none of that or anything like that. We only got code for this about 2 weeks before the embargo, the review embargo, and the first 2 days of your playing, they went, oh, sorry, we have to push a patch that's going to completely wipe your save data. So we lost the first 2 days. You hit a game-breaking bug at one point that made you lose a ton of progress because you had to reload a save file from like 7 hours earlier or find a different save file. There was a...
Okay, but what does that got to do with the game? What does that got to do with... Like, that's because you got a review copy of the game. Sucks to suck. What does that have to do with the actual game? How does that affect the actual game on launch? By the way, when Crimson Desert launched yesterday, it had like a 31-minute download for a patch, like a fucking massive patch for the game. So as a player who gets the game and plays it, this sounds like a review problem. I don't give a fuck. Why should I care? Big surprise if you get an unfinished game that hasn't gotten a full-fledged launch patch yet. It's going to happen. You know what you should do? Make sure it doesn't enter into your IGN review. You know why? Because the day one players that bought and played this game, the average Joes, aren't going to deal with it. That's a y'all problem. Keep it a y'all problem.
Day where like 100 gigabyte patch came through that was slow to download, and it was just like a very... stop and start review process, even in the context of only having 2 weeks to play this huge RPG. You're really close to the end and then going to spend some time with the end game. For those who haven't seen much or don't know, if I've only seen trailers, have just bought into the hype, whatever, what actually is Crimson Desert? What does it play like? What type of RPG is it? And what do you think of it so far? What do you think of it after this 100 hours you spent with it?
Yeah, so Crimson
I
Desert...
don't doubt he plays video games. He's got the look to him. I had a friend in high school that looked almost identical to this guy.
Desert is a super ambitious open world RPG in a fantasy setting, the same setting as...
By the way, the game looks crazy. It's a little grainy at times, and I think that's probably because I'm still fucking with like the graphic settings. But oh my god, it's beautiful. The water is so clear.
And if you haven't seen this game, it's very much kind of going for like the Witcher 3 vibes, where you're riding around on a horse and you're
like that. You see how grainy it is? That happens quite a bit. I feel like that's gonna get fixed with a few patches. It looks very grainy like this. I feel like in a few patches that'll probably get fucked off. You know, it's got like some graphical stuff going on with it.
Taking out bandits, and you're helping the land, kind of knights and gallantry type stuff going on, but with a very weird kind of, you know, Eastern fantasy vibes, where there's also just like strange creatures and lore and stuff like that. So it is a interesting fantasy world, and I would say,
yeah, I went from the high graphics one, I don't know what the hell that one's called, and I went down to balance. Then I went to performance, and I'm like, it seems like if you just leave it on balance, it does like that. It doesn't have as bad graining.
It's sort of like trying to be Witcher 3 with a little bit of Red Dead 2, because it has like...
This is nothing like The Witcher 3. There's one thing that I would like to see them add at some point in this game, and that is a lock-on function. They need to add a lock-on function for combat. I like the idea with the lantern. That's a brilliant idea, especially with a game that's so complex. The lantern is probably the best idea this development company's had. The L1 and then use that to pick out specific targets. That's brilliant. You need a lock-on function for your... You need to... Here's my biggest critique. You need to take a lot of these extra menus, you need to condense them and turn them into wheels, kind of like the weapon swap wheel. That's what you need to do. You need to make them abilities, and you need to add them into a wheel. That's where you're going to get a lot of your problems fixed right there. There's too many menus, and it's very crowded, and it's very It can get very frustrating sometimes. If you understand the lantern mechanic, you'll be fine. A lot of people I saw getting frustrated with that, and I was like, all you got to do is hold L1 with the lantern equipped, and then you got it. It's a very, very, very complex game. This is not a simple game. It is very complex. There's a lot of character, like, abilities. And from what I can tell, people were even getting frustrated with the PC version because they were trying to make it so, like, usable by everybody. But I feel like a lot of these menus can be condensed and put into a weapon wheel for like the specials. I genuinely think that. That's what I want to see changed.
Rides on a horse where you're just like talking with a teammate. It has like that sort of thing. And then it's also got a little bit of like GTA open world like craziness, and also you have to tap A to run, which I thought was something that only GTA was allowed to do. Yeah, it's sort of going for all of those things, but I would say that it ends up landing closer to something like Dragon's Dogma, where it's not exactly of the same kind of caliber as like a Witcher 3, but it presents.
Yeah, I would not like you should definitely have some skill or like some like a lot. Like I've played shit like y'all saw my PlayStation account. Bro, the trophies on it never end. Like, you definitely. This isn't a beer that you get on a weekend, bro. This is like a connoisseur wine. This is for people with a lot of gameplay experience.
Compelling case for this type of bizarre.
I haven't fought a boss yet.
RPG,
I look forward to it, but I'm not
achieve the stuff that it's trying to achieve.
Yeah, so let's dig into that because. I feel like it's been a little bit of a roller coaster when I've talked to you about this game during this review process, where there's, it's sort of.
What's funny that you said that, Nigel? Look at his background. Look at all the board games he has. You might be onto something with that chess thing. Yo, he's got a hell of a good comic book collection, though. Check that out. Bro, he's got the Alien hardback? No shot. Woo!
Rocky start, and then you find a groove with it, and then it just gets laborious at parts, and there's all these bugs mixed in there. So, like, what is it doing right? What is it doing wrong?
So yeah, the very beginning, it's a little tough just because the controls on this game are crazy. Like very, they have you hold buttons and do combinations of joystick clicks, and if you're on keyboard.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Every game I've ever played had that. I don't understand that. That is confusing to me.
You're hitting multiple keys at once to like access different tool sets. It's just a very convoluted control scheme.
We should note also that we only got access to, they only gave access to the PC version ahead of release. We're getting access to the console version at launch, and we'll take a look at it there too. But you've played on both, with both a gamepad and a mouse and keyboard at this point.
Correct. Yeah, and so the beginning, you're kind of figuring out a lot of stuff that the game doesn't do super intuitively, and it's a little bit rocky. Then you figure it out, and you're sort of like.
I would like to say that the mount riding the horse and stuff, that is probably the most intuitive I've ever like experienced when it comes to any kind of horse gameplay like that. Like, I would personally say that the mount riding so far with just the horse is better than Red Dead Redemption. I would. It doesn't feel like the horse is jerking in a certain direction. And in Red Dead Redemption 2 specifically, it did that quite a bit. And it feels good again. It feels really good.
Okay, I get it. Now I'm in an open world. Let's go see what's out there. And I would say that that's like the best part of the game, is when you're just like exploring and you're finding like mini games, like, oh, there's arm wrestling. Oh, I can go fishing. There's this weird side quest.
The fishing was confusing. I feel like there needs to be like a little pop-up box for the fishing. I didn't know that you have to pull the line in the opposite direction of the fish and wait for it to stop moving and then reel it in. That like they should just make a pop-up box that says that. Pull in the opposite direction of the fish, wait for it to stop moving, reel it in. That's all you have to do. I sat there for at least 20 minutes trying to figure out how to fucking fish.
For
a side quest. It was for a side quest.
Exploring the world, and it's all very new to you. And that sort of is like the best part of any RPG, right? And I think this game, it has so many surprising elements in it that you're continually like oh, okay, I kind of wasn't expecting that to be here. It has a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom as well, where you're like grabbing things and solving puzzles, and it's not to the point where you're like building contraptions and all that, but you are you do have like abilities, and also it does that thing in Tears of the Kingdom where there's a sky world and a floor world, and you're kind of going back and forth between the two and falling from the sky down back to the normal world. And so it does some stuff like that where you're just like discovering and having fun. And then you hit a moment where two things happen. One, you start going more into like,
yo, I ain't gonna lie, I got mad at the arm wrestling last night. Cause like, I'm used to playing God of War, so button smashing is, you know, that's normal, right? Whenever they throw that goddamn bar in the middle of that shit, that circle with that, like, press X, that shit pissed me off. Because I'm just like, oh, I can button mash all day, let's go! I said I started a button mash. I'm not as young as I used to be, man. That shit hurts now, right? So I'm sitting there mashing the button, and then this text, this, like, prompt comes up, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that shit? So you gotta stop button mashing and then press X on the right, like, side of the circle, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay, I got that. And then I kept failing it because it has like a delay. There's like a delay from when you press X to it actually like doing it. So then I'm like, fuck, now I gotta time it. I gotta worry about mashing the fucking button. It's like, god damn.
And the boss fights and some of the bigger war set pieces that happen, they have like war encounters, and you start to realize that this game is a little janky in more ways than one. So the boss fights in this game are real
so
bad.
like if you're on console, I know that you can press X to do the button mash. Press square instead. You can press square, and that way whenever the prompt comes up, you don't automatically accidentally do it. So what you do is you mash square for the actual arm wrestle, and then when the prompt comes up, wait for it and press X. That's how I got through it. It's way easier and you won't accidentally fuck it up. But from what I understand, you can press X and mash it, but do square instead.
Bad. They're not fun encounters. They are scaled way too aggressively. They take a really long time to do.
Dude, I'm not even kidding you. Whenever I fucking... Okay, so like I had it going, like I downloaded the whole game. I had the timer up on my screen. I was like, oh man, I'm so hyped, I'm so hyped, I'm so hyped. And it like, the timer ticked down and went off immediately. 31-minute download. I was like, you motherfucker. You couldn't have let this shit download before? Seriously? And here's the best part. I had a console update too. I had a fucking console update the second it got done with the first timer. So I was like, oh man, this is going to take no time at all. It was a console update. It wasn't even the game.
A lot, and it's one of those things where, you know, I play a lot of Souls-like, so it's not like a skill thing. Like I was able to get through a lot of the encounters with like low-level loot because I wasn't really focusing on leveling up my loot for a lot of the game.
And also not a thing where you mind dying and having to try again. You're used to that.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's more that like the fights drag on for a really long time. They are way hard.
I don't know what this guy's bitching about. Is he talking about the boss fights? How you have... Bro, I've played the game for like 5 hours and I have so much food and health items. Like, there's a wheel just for the health items that I've been picking up. I've made so many stews and stuff for like health. How are you dying?
I wasn't really focusing.
There's not even a difficult... Like, this game doesn't have a difficulty slider.
My loot for a lot of the game.
And also not a thing where you mind dying and having to try again. You're used to that.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's more that like the fights drag on for a really long time. They are way harder compared to the rest of the combat in the game that I would describe as like Dynasty Warrior-esque easy.
You can also parry. Bro, like, if... There's no way it's as bad as Kazan the First Berserker. I'm sorry. There is not a game in this world that's that bad.
It just goes like the complete other direction where you're just getting your butt kicked. 80% of the time in this game, I was unclear if I was...
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that stamina bar tripped me up the first time. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, oh man, this is gonna be just like Infamous. I'm gonna be able to mash the jump button as much as possible. Nope. Nope.
As intended?
Nope.
Or if I was brute forcing.
Dude, I fail and busted my ass the first time because I was just like, oh man, XXXXX, bam, and I was like, oh shit, hold on, wait a minute, I actually have to do this a type of way.
Like, there was a puzzle once where I was supposed to get up on top of this thing and do this stuff, but I couldn't find an easy path up it. So I did that thing in climbing games where you find like a little alcove that you're not supposed to stand on, but then you do stand on it.
Bro,
like,
it just takes so long to kill the bosses in that game.
And that's how I got up
so
it. It like,
long,
felt like
bro.
I was cheating. And then it turned out, as far as I know, that's how you're supposed to get up the encounter. And so like, I never knew if I was brute forcing combat encounters, if I was brute forcing puzzles, or if it was just designed for you to sort of like flub your way through it. And it kind of seems like you are supposed to flub your way through a lot of these encounters, and it makes it feel real bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I parried one of the enemies. I actually, that fight where it's like the scripted death or whatever, I killed all the enemies in that, and then I was trying to kill the guy, and then I kept parrying him, bro. The parry feels really good in this game. If you can manage to master the parry in this game is fucking easy, bro. The parry feels so good.
Distinct from Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild have a similar feeling.
It feels
where you're like,
good.
Am I supposed to be doing this right now, sort of thing? But that game really rewards you for being creative. That's the feeling you get, is like, wow, I cannot believe that this weird thing I didn't think I was supposed to do worked. Whereas you're saying this doesn't really evoke that same rewarding feeling.
It feels like you either did it wrong or you broke something, and sometimes you are doing it wrong. By the way, like I was talking to Mitchell Saltzman.
Well, like, you don't even have to do that. You can dodge. Like, you can dodge the these jumps and stuff. Like a lot of the lunging attacks that these enemies do, you can just dodge them and eat food because you have an entire wheel specifically for the food that you find. Like, you could pick up a grasshopper and eat it for health. What other game in the fucking free world is going to let you do that? Like, I picked up a cockroach and I was like, hey, I found Aspen, you know, like, what other game is going to allow that? I can eat that for sustenance. What are we doing, guys? Like, how are you going to sit here and say, like, that's, a lot of people don't understand this. So, like, Elden Ring. Everyone has to either play or rage quit Elden Ring at some point because of how amazing of a game it is, right? There are 3 different ways to beat a boss. You can do it the old-fashioned way. Grit. You can consumables it to death by just spamming consumables. Oh, there's another way. And, fuck. Or you could use the summons. The fact that this game has the ability to just have infinite consumables is insane. Like, that's OP as shit. A lot of people don't even understand that. That means you could have infinite health, and you can make food that gives you buffs and carry it anywhere. Any boss fight, anywhere you go. Like, what are you on about? You literally can make any food you want, gear up for a boss fight, and have infinite health. What are you talking about? That was the first thing I noticed whenever I started playing the game. I was like, holy shit, there's an entire food wheel. And every time you complete a side quest, you get more inventory. What are you talking about, bro? What are you bitching about? You literally have the keys of the kingdom in your hand. You don't even realize it.
About this game a lot, and like, he missed an entire ability that you're supposed to get mandatorily in one of the early chapters, and if you don't get it, you just can't get it, and it's a huge part of the game. It's like a power you need to get through like lots of side quests and optional stuff. And you know, we asked that we have access to the developers during this period, luckily, and so he said, hey, what's up with that? Am I screwed? Is my file broken? And they were like, oh no, just beat chapter 9 and you'll get there.
He's still talking about this developer shit, dude. That's not part of the game, bro. That was because you got an early access version of the game. That's a you problem. They fixed that prior to launch with that massive update. What are you talking about?
And chapter 9 is...
Keep this shit out of the fucking review. This is a you problem.
80 hours.
Honestly, this is how all games should be releasing their games. They should give the fucked up versions to these fucking people that get this shit early, and they should give the full-fledged, updated, fixed version to everyone else. Honestly, because these guys didn't even pay for that version of the fucking game. It's given for a review. It's a given version of the game, and they still bitched and complained that it was only on PC for them. You got a fucking free version of the game. Yeah, it's gonna be fucked up in some way, shape, or form. Like, what are you talking about?
It's like miles and miles away, and so it was just one of those things where it was like, okay, I didn't have that encounter, but as you mentioned, I did run into a game-breaking bug that completely shut me out of my save file. I could not progress in the main story, and because I was 7 hours behind, I had to choose, okay, am I going to start 7 hours over, or am I just going to borrow somebody else's save
I may look like one, but at least I don't get into people's comments and talk like one.
file who's around the same part as me and then continue playing through their file. And so...
which is not ideal.
Oh, no, not ideal.
What the fuck? Why do you think I care about what other people think? What the fuck?
Well, and it sucked because I really was attached to my
Man, if
character.
you live in your life by what other people think, you're going to live one hell of a bumpy life. That's all I got to say to you.
I felt like I had like my own story and yeah, that sort of stuff. Between like the jankiness, like there are bugs, like weird stuff happens, quests break, like stuff just happens in the game where you're just like, oh man, that sucks. It really hurts. And then also just like the moment-to-moment gameplay, particularly in the main storyline where things just feel very poorly tuned and off kilter and out of nowhere between the unintuitive puzzles and the boss fights that just feel arbitrarily difficult.
I get the unintuitive puzzles. I didn't get to the part, but I saw a little part where like it was telling you to do some kind of, it was like hang from this contraption and hit it. And it's like, okay, I'm just supposed to know what the fuck this contraption is. The guy had to climb out of the area that he was in and then climb onto a door and hit it. And you have to be descriptive and you have to show like what the fuck on the map. Like the map needs to be more detailed or have like a zoom in function like Grand Theft Auto. If you're going to do like hit this thing, they need to implement a waypoint system where you can see the waypoint. Like if you look around, you can see the waypoint highlighted. I feel like that would definitely solve a lot of problems. You could even have it like a toggleable thing where like view waypoints through walls or whatever. And that way you can have that like, oh, well, you can choose the full immersion or, you know, you can lose some immersion so you know what the fuck you're doing for your first playthrough or something, you know?
Where you're not sure if you're supposed to be getting good or leveling up your equipment or if you're just supposed to eat 50 stacks of meat while you like chump your way through these.
Yeah,
like
if that's what it takes, then yeah. Welcome to an open world RPG. Yeah. If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. All or nothing, baby. Let's go.
It's seriously.
And remember, anytime you go through an entire stack of food and it wasn't enough, that means that whenever you go to collect more food to fight the boss, you collect double or triple that amount. Duh. And if all you doing is eating stacks of meat, bro, and you have a full cooking ability in the entire game that can give you other buffs along with healing, you're not doing it right.
Just a very...
Like, I did a side quest yesterday that allowed me to cook, like, some fish, like, pasta or something. And, dude, that shit does, like, a lot of health.
Game from top to bottom. And so the longer I've played it, the more I've been kind of frustrated because I'm running into these issues and it's just sort of getting old. And one of those is that they just don't know when to end a combat sequence. Like the big war sequences, they go on for way too long.
Oh, you got to it? You actually got to that section? I didn't get to that. I did all the side quests in the area. I did like a wood one. I did a mining one where I had to go and get some ore. I did a fishing one. I did one where I think it's the main quest where you have to go and help all the people in the little town or whatever. Yeah, I did that.
Like doing multiple steps, like you have to carry around a flag.
I think there was some other stuff too, but
80 guys are around you.
I went and fought some bandits. You know, I've been catching shit. I found an area with a bunch of loot in it.
Them hit you, you drop the flag, and then have to begin this long button mashing process to pick it up super slowly and move it another couple feet, like stuff like that where you're just like, oh my god, I've been at this for 4 hours and I'm still on the same step of the quest, and it's just like, please let me out of this.
I kind of get the dragging on, but at the same time, if it's a battle and it's a fight, I kind of like that idea to make it drag on, because like nobody wants to be in a fight, right? Nobody wants to be at war with another clan or anything like that. So like I kind of get it. I don't know. I haven't gotten there, so I won't know yet.
Because they've done the super ambitious thing and they've kind of thrown everything at the wall, but the lows are really low, and it kind of feels like this game tries a little too much. It bites off more than it can chew, and it ends up being kind of a jack of all trades and a master of none, particularly in kind of the shape of its story and combat encounters and the stuff you're doing out in the world. It just has a very uneven kind of...
I hate this. I hate this thing. I hate this thing specifically. Dude, I tired myself out thinking that this was the fucking thing the first time I did it, and I was like, that's a timer.
Feel to it.
So you are you're close to the end, like we said.
Yes.
What's kind of left to see? What's the lingering questions? End game, if there is that sort of stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. So I've tried to focus mostly on the story, which I don't really recommend. Like you kind of need to smell the roses in this game. It kind of forces you to be ready for the next part of the story. So and
it's not like you've done none of that, right?
No, I have. And in fact, the game basically forced me to at one point where it was like, okay, I'm very clearly not equipped for this, so I'm just going to go back and do some other stuff and build your settlement and do side quests and level up your gear and kind of figure out the stuff there. It really does want you to do that, but once you get to the end game, some stuff unlock that I won't spoil here, but I'm looking forward to playing that for a couple hours. I really just want to finish the game because, as you know, part of IGN's style guide is we finish games before we write reviews, and even though this happens to be an enormous RPG that probably nobody should try to finish in 2 weeks, like I'm gonna try to do that just so that I can...
Bro, it's not like you got a 9-to-5 job. This is your job, bro. What do you mean? Hey, what the fuck you talking about, bro? I put like 2 weeks into fucking eugenics and I put like 150 hours into eugenics in 2 weeks. Easily. What you talking about? Especially if you just hit in the main story? Like, what? Huh?
Speak from a completely...
I love it when people do these jobs and like they try to like hype it up to be this hard, crazy thing, and then you've either done it or you're going to do it, and then you do it, and then it's just like, oh well, this ain't shit, man. Like what are you talking about?
A perspective before I put a final score on it.
And I can say that because I've done it. I like Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That game's fucking massive. I probably put like 300 hours into that game, like in about 2.5 weeks, easily.
A little bit more to see. You've seen a ton already. If you had to score it now, what realm would you be in? Obviously, this isn't official final score. It could still shift if the end really saves it. Or
you got that Pokemon card game tournament coming up.
Or the end game is truly
How's it going, Allison?
But what realm are you in right now?
Yeah, it can always change, and I try to keep an open mind during these things, but after 100 hours, you're going to have some opinions about a game, and and I have a lot of them, right? And so I'm going to be writing my review in progress later today at the time of this recording. But my overall thoughts is like, it tries so much. It's a technical marvel, which we haven't really talked about, but like it just looks absolutely stunning and performs surprisingly well.
A technical marvel outside of all of the game-breaking bugs.
Yes, the game-breaking bugs. I mean, technically, like frame rates and the way it just looks pretty throughout.
But we've already had that. Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks almost identical to this game. It's not a marvel. It's already been done. What are you talking about? In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the developers from Odyssey got tired of Ubisoft's bullshit and decided to make this game instead. That was the one critique that I had about Odyssey. I don't want to be pulled out of the, I didn't want to be pulled out of the, like, the main map to deal with whatever the fuck was going on in the real world. I didn't give a fuck about that. I wanted to keep playing the Greek lore, you know what I'm saying? I didn't give a shit about what was happening outside of that.
Performance-wise, yeah.
Performance-wise, it looks good. But, like, the stuff that it does bad, the lows are just really low, enough for me to have trouble recommending this game, especially like if you're going and looking for Witcher 3, like, man, this is not it. Like, it's closer
The
to
Witcher 3 combat was ass. It's not like Witcher 3. I'm so sick of these developers. I mean, not sorry, these game journalists trying to compare these games to other games, bro. Like, sometimes in order to enjoy a game, you have to go to a game with an open mind and meet it halfway. And that's what I did whenever I first started playing this one. I was like, I took what this guy was saying, and I was like, what can I do to not end up like this joke? And you know what I did? I went to this game with an open mind. I'm still kind of it's got one hell of a learning curve with its controls, I'm not going to lie. But I'm learning it. And you know what's crazy is towards the end of last night, I was enjoying the shit out of this game. I was. The control scheme did not take away from my overall enjoyment of the game because I'm used to a lot of crazy ass controls. I am. So for me, it's just another day in the neighborhood.
Two Worlds 2, which, by the way, is a game that is really janky and uneven, but a game I also had a lot of fun with, and I've had fun with this game, but I probably would...
And it kind of strikes me as odd that the man that claims that he's played a lot of Souls-likes is having trouble with this game.
Be looking at, like, the 6 range.
Did you play them, or did you beat them? If you played them, usually that falls in the aspect of, I played a game, and I did everything in the game that I could possibly do, got the best weapon that I like, got the best armor that I like, got all the souls and made like boss weapons just for the hell of it, or did you beat the game? See, that's the kicker. Did you beat it for your job, or did you play it?
For this, I think it falls short of me being able to like soundly recommend it with a 7 as like a good game. I would say it is an okay game. Like it does the stuff that it does. It does.
Well, remember, boys, they gave Concord a 9. Remember that. Never let them live that down. They gave Concord a 9.
Well, and the fact that it just has so much in it, it's hard to look away from that because they tried so hard with all the different things they put in the game. But, you know, they threw everything at the wall, and now you're going to the buffet, and there's a lot of options here, but none of the food is particularly good at the buffet. You know what I mean? And that sort of is where I'm at with this one. It's a lot of stuff, but the amount of stuff that I would describe as like definitively good and that I've had like a great time doing is getting thinner and thinner the longer I play, man. It's been tough.
Well, Travis, thank you very much for telling us your thoughts so far. Obviously, like you said, 100 hours is a ton of time with it, so you already are very well informed in that regard. But I'm glad we're taking the time to really put it through its paces, finishes this review up, and we should have a final review hopefully in the next week, pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that with a final score. If you want some other recent, huge, fun game...
Yeah, they gotta break up their reviews now because they scared to publish the full review. They scared now, boys. They can't just give a full review anymore. Okay. So we gonna talk about this. Afro Man won his lawsuit. If you don't know what happened with Afro Man, so he's a rapper. He made the song I Was Gonna Do It, but I didn't do it because I was high. Because I was high. You know that one? So a Podunk Sheriff's Department decided to raid his house. Allegedly for dope, right? They took $400. They took a lot of money, but they stole $400 that was never recovered. And they put him in jail, and they destroyed a lot of his property. So he made a bunch of songs about him. One of them, he was saying that he was fucking one of the sheriff's wives, right? And then that guy tried to... Now keep in mind that Afro Man tried to sue the department for the damaged property. And the rinky-dink judge that obviously is in that town dismissed it immediately on like a computer or some shit. Now, in one of his songs, he claimed that he was fucking one of the guy's wives, right? And he got sued for it for defamation. And this cop did something so stupid that got it thrown out of court. There's a lot to this. This is probably the reason why this video is going to be demonetized. It'll probably still go up, but it will most likely be, like, demonetized. So if y'all guys got y'all's donations, now's the time for it. Because we gonna watch this whole thing. It's gold. Because there's more than one sheriff official that did some nasty shit. And you know what Afro Man did? He obliterated this fucking department. W. Afro Man.
Afro Man. I don't even know where to begin. I will read this summary right now. Cops raid Afro Man's house for bullshit reasons. They steal money and break his door, fuck his house up. No criminality found whatsoever. No charges at all.
Oh, that's right. He had CCTV cameras all around his house. He took all the he used these guys, these people that broke into his house, he used their names in all of his songs. He took the CCTV cameras and he put them in the songs as well. The songs were based on what happened in his life, and he said that the foundation of his songs got to come from somewhere. So he used the police.
Rest on Afro Man. Afro Man spends the next 3 years making songs that make fun of all the officers involved by name, even using footage from the raid from his own.
You have to keep in mind one of these motherfuckers is a pedo too.
CCTV cameras. Songs had titles like Randy Walters is a son of a bitch, Lick 'em Low Lisa, accusing one of the officers of being a lesbian and sleeping with the other officers' wives. During the raid, one other officer looked like he was about to eat a lemon pound cake sitting on Afro Man's counter. Afro Man made a whole album calling the officer fat.
This man walked into court looking like the goddamn Constitution, bro. Bro walked up in there looking just like this. Just like that. That's a patriot, boys. Look at that. Look at that.
This is a better way to frame it.
Look at that.
Cops get mad and file a lawsuit for defamation. Afro Man turns up in court in the entire American flag suit. Officers performatively mauled and cry while listening to the songs, really trying to
They played all the songs in court? No shot!
Tell how badly the songs upset them. One officer was suing because Afro Man made a whole song about him saying that he was fucking the officer's wife. When the officer was asked if Afro Man was really fucking his wife, he said, I don't know. Nuking his
own my God. Bro!
Case establishing that there is a non-zero chance that Afro Man might be indeed fucking his wife. As his only witness for the trial, Afro Man brought a deputy's ex-fucking wife. Just a minute.
He said he had sex with your wife.
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light.
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Boom. Case dismissed. Congratulations, you're a dumbass. That's exactly what happened too, by the way. They dismissed it. That's exactly what happened. Because of that one statement, he got his case dismissed.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question. You said we don't know. I just
Been with that
answer.
woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and
But you can't sue somebody in the court of law for something you don't know. You have to state there's no way she's doing that. Or better yet, have her sue him. The amount of just straight up dissonance and brain dead rot that you have to be to get up there with a defamation lawsuit for somebody that you were with instead of just bringing your wife in and having her sue him is just so fucking gonzo, bro.
Payment, it's out there.
Oh my God.
And you just sit there and nuke your own case.
Find the truth of it. Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false? Ask your client.
Oh my God. Said Smooth, well, I don't know, right? Smartest cop? I guess so. So this is the... Okay, so he made another song? Wait a minute.
He made this song prior to him going into court. This song goes so fucking hard. Boys.
Just a second.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm
Play
sorry,
the
it's
fucking thing. Let's go.
I should be allowed to sing about my life.
You know what he looks like? He looks like this guy.
And police officers that violate should be allowed to sing about, should have freedom of speech. I should be allowed to sing about my life.
You know what he looks like? That's
me.
In
That's
August
right.
of 2022, Adams County deputies raided the home of Joseph Foreman, better known as the rapper Afro Man.
There it
They had a
is.
search warrant tied to an investigation into possible drugs and kidnapping victims.
They didn't charge me for any crimes.
Nothing.
They didn't find no large amounts of marijuana or whatever narcotic they were saying. They didn't find any kidnapping victims.
Afro Man was never charged with a crime after the raid. Deputies seized thousands of dollars in cash that was later returned,
Thousands.
but Afro Man says about $400 was never recovered. The raid
Sounds about right.
They must have lost it.
also left damage throughout his home, and he says the department told him it was not responsible for paying for the repairs.
Don't you just love that? Bro, you just open your house doing your own thing. You got cops that break into your fucking house, steal $400 of your money, destroy your property, and then they sit right across from you and say this.
I started laughing and waddling his head. He goes, "We're not required to do that." And they were unapologetic.
Afro Man used his own security footage from the raids in a music video to make
Damn,
money
what
to
a bunch of
pay for the
assholes.
damages sustained to his home.
I got freedom of speech, and then I used my personal life to write my music. I
Yeah.
was going to clean my room, but then I got high. You
I was gonna go to class, but then I got high.
That's right.
Roll another one. Oh my God.
Damages
actually happened to me. Will you help me repair my door? I'm singing about what actually happened to me.
Deputies who appear in the video are now
Man.
suing the rapper for the damages caused by their faces being in the videos.
Hey, we raid your house, we steal your money, we disconnect your cameras.
That's right.
Now we need to sue you for saying something about it.
That's
Afro Man
right.
filed a
Damn.
countersuit for the
Damn.
damages to his home, and Judge Jonathan Hines dismissed those charges in February.
They dismissed all of my claims with
Look
the
at
click
that.
of a mouse in some little office somewhere with
They really fucked up. They fucked up. Big time. They thought their little podunk town was going to be able to cover this whole thing up. This went so fucking viral it ended up on Asmongold, Penguins, and Legal Mindset.
I think that my shit must have broken. Yeah, give me 1 second. I gotta for this.
raps for a living and pays
Yep.
taxes to America with rap money.
True.
I need raw materials. Raw materials is my life
They
experience.
pretty much handed this dude a W. They handed this dude the keys to the kingdom and he used it. So he made a song using AI. And it's got photos and actual evidence that's all over the internet now, thanks to Afro Man. About all the people that fucked him over, that police station. This song goes fucking crazy.
Okay. Before the law.
And this is the reason why the video's most likely gonna be this stream's most likely gonna be demonetized today, boys.
A song for his
right here. Are you ready for absolute cinema?
Afro Man will bring it to ya.
Yeah, he posted this prior to showing up to court.
Afro Man.
Let's go!
And they thought they could beat him? They really thought they could beat this guy. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? I don't even understand this.
They lost. They lost horribly. They did. Every single case was dismissed.
They must have been out of their fucking mind. The generational, yes.
Randy Walters is the son of a bitch.
These are individual songs that he made.
I fucked his wife and got filthy rich.
Oh man!
Sorry, it's too loud. Oh my god.
Oh man, this man needs to be stopped.
There he is.
God damn.
My proof's on the internet.
Oh,
and so
dude.
Lemon pound cake, not.
I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn
Residence? I assume, yes. But there's no question that's you during the search. Yes. There is
There we
question.
go.
No,
Oh.
So they made them sit through these videos, right?
No. Because we seen it. Wow. All right.
seen Exhibit D, correct?
Now that you've seen it.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by the lemon pound cake on the counter? Yes.
That's
And
you.
that is security footage from the search of Mr. Foreman's residence? I assume, yes. But there's no...
I don't know about y'all. That looks like a fat motherfucker right there. You know what? If I was the judge, I'd be like, dismissed.
question that's you during the search. Yes. There is question? There's no, that was me, yes. Absolutely.
Oh my fucking god. This is insane. Oh, here we go. The lawyers
gave you the
lawyers suing Afferman for allegedly defaming a file of sheriff's officials who raided his home finished questioning him by asking him if there's anything that could change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies.
No. And you know what? Nothing should. That's what happens whenever you're a piece of shit. Not a single one of those deputies stood up for him. Not a single one. They all getting exactly what they deserve.
What they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you...
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
Based. Based.
You were at Lisa Phillips's deposition, correct?
Oh my
Yes, sir.
god.
In your lawyer's office.
Yes, sir.
Same office where you filmed part of that video last Friday.
Yes, sir.
He's filming music videos at the lawyer's office?
Mm-hmm. I bet he is.
Oh shit.
And you saw how upset she was when she
Good.
was
Mauled about it, bitch about it, get all worked up, and you know what's gonna happen? Not a goddamn thing. You brought this on yourself. That's what you get. That's what you
answering
fucking get.
your lawyer's questions about how this had affected her, right?
Yes, yes,
And you saw your attorney say, do we need to take a break?
yes,
And you saw her say, no, let's go on and get this over with.
yes, sir.
You saw all that.
Yes.
You knew she was upset.
Just like she knew I was upset when she was standing in front of my kids with an AR-15 with her hand around the trigger ready to shoot me. Just like she knew I was upset when she cut my cameras. But I'm not.
It's like whenever she knew that he was upset whenever they broke his door in and took $400 of his money, right? Where was that sympathy then? I didn't see any fucking sympathy then.
She is. So I'm sorry for being a victim. Let's talk about the predators.
Boom! This man is good. Ho, 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 ho. Based.
Oh my god! He's really that. Yeah, he's really that guy. This is insane. He just let him know.
Okay. So
I'm so happy to see people just saying it at this point. It is ridiculous. I am so happy to see people saying it like it is. Seriously.
You saw all that. You saw how upset she was. You heard the testimony about her children. You heard the testimony at the depositions about Randy Newland's daughter who came home upset. You heard all that. But you're still...
What about his kids? How do you think they felt about having their dad held at gunpoint by the people that are supposed to serve and protect them? How do you think they fucking felt? Think about how traumatizing that is for them.
Stuff about
Yeah, because I understand it was Randy's fault and all of their fault for coming in my house in the first place.
That's right.
So
That's
if they
right.
hadn't came
That's
to my
right.
house,
That's
the
right.
children wouldn't be saying nothing. None of this would be going home.
If you didn't start nothing, there wouldn't be nothing.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
That's
they
right.
Did their research and did
That's
things
a
right.
fact.
So all of this is their fault. And now they want to sue me for their mistake.
Yeah.
And then they could have helped him. They could have gave him his money back. They could have fixed up his house, made sure that all the damages were covered. They didn't do any of that. They didn't do any of that. They flipped him off on the CCTV cameras. They fucking destroyed his home. They held him at gunpoint in front of his fucking kids. And then they didn't even apologize for it. Get fucked, losers. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Damn.
Is there anything that could change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies?
Is there anything that can change my mind about the fact that they shouldn't have been at my house in the first place?
They had their chance to fix this. They had so long to fix this, and they never did. And you know what? Remember, boys, they're not sorry that they did what they did. They're sorry they got caught now.
Change my mind about how my money shouldn't have been touched in the first place? No.
That's all the questions I have.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fuck around and finding out. There's a lot of people fucking around and finding out this year, aren't there?
Oh my god. You're welcome. Yeah, lawyer is so defeated, bro. They just blew him the fuck out. They did. Like, that's insane. And Rabbi parody videos offer suing him broke down in tears as her parody video "Lick 'em Low Lisa" played in court. Oh my fucking god. There it is. Wow. And it's insane. And so anyway, let me go and make sure that we get
Don't start no trouble, won't be no trouble, bitch.
through all this. And all right.
Yo, y'all can't even talk about my drip no more. Y'all can't even talk about my drip no more. Look how cozy that is, bro. Look how cozy that is.
Okay. One more. Here it is. This is what happened.
I think think you're right. I think that if they ever make those keychains you can get at like Walmart or whatever, in the year 2026, it should just say on one of the lines, "Fuck around and find out." FOFA. That's what it should say. Straight up.
Uh-oh. The coat? Yeah, this is too good. Yeah. Look at him. Jesus Christ, bro. Play the boss music.
Man, if you're gonna be stressed out, you might as well be cozy. You know what I'm saying? Make life a whole lot better if you cozy.
Oh my God.
Building, and we'll go ahead and stand adjournment. You're welcome.
Roll them up and smoke them, bro. Have like the guy that comes from America and a samurai. Give me another one.
Speech, right on! Yeah, we did it, America! Yeah, we did it! Freedom of speech, right on! Right on! Yeah, God bless America! Yeah!
W Afro Man. W Afro Man.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Well deserved, well earned. Dude, best of luck to him. W Afro Samurai. All right. You know what time it is, boys. It's time to get back in the trenches. Time to get back in the trenches, boys. We're probably just gonna kill that one. All right. So I think I might have been wrong yesterday with the bombing, with that big oil field that got blown up. So Iran, I guess, blew it up. I think that's what I heard. I'm not 100% sure.
We had more.
I think Iran blew it up. Or, you know what? Let me just watch this.
Bombings from Iran.
Because Fox didn't really give a good, analogy of what was going on with that oil field.
Iran is now bombing natural gas facilities. Qatar, largest gas industrial hub. The attack was by Iran. So now they're attacking different random industries.
Let me hear that again.
They're attacking gas industrial hub. The attack was by Iran. So
Qatar's largest gas industrial hub. The attack was by Iran. So Iran bombed it. Iran, that's what, okay. So Iran bombed that oil field that took out 10%. That's the reason why I didn't post the video yesterday. Iran bombed that field. It wasn't Israel. I thought it was Israel, but it was not. Iran bombed 10% of the gas making, the production. It was a plant that didn't manufacture it, refined gas or natural gas to be shipped out for, gas, oil. They blew it up. And in retaliation, Israel has been bombing natural gas sites of Iran.
Largest gas industrial hub. The attack was by Iran. So now they're attacking different random industries.
And you have to keep in mind that when they hit this oil refinement plant, they pissed off a lot of fucking people. They didn't just hurt America. They hurt a lot of countries when they blew up this refinement facility. They fucked a lot of people over.
Uh-oh. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. And Iran allegedly killed 4 Palestinians. Probably a lot more than that. But, here's another one. Oh my God. Look how big this is. Look at the distance on this. Oh my God. Look at that. Holy shit.
Think about how much fuel went up in that bomb.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Is oh my God the English version of Allah Akbar?
Whoa! Oh shit!
Is that it? Yeah, it's basically the same thing, yeah. I feel like they use it at about the same time, right? Oh God, God is best. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's. Oh my, did so. Well, I mean, here's the thing: is that if there really no justification for that, like if you're losing a game in Xbox Live and then you go and punch your dog, like it's not really a war. I mean, yeah, but like it's not even a war.
Well, that's the thing that Iran seems to just keep doing. First, the minute that they got attacked by Israel and America, they immediately started bombing neutral countries around them, and now they blew up a massive gas refinery that's 10% of the gas in the world. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that?
Qatar's not even fighting them. Qatar isn't sending missiles over to Iran. Qatar isn't the one doing that at all. So I don't even know, becoming more and more evidently clear that Iran has to get destroyed. It is. Like, I don't know how many more massive, huge natural disasters that they have to effectively create before people realize that Iran is a terrorist state.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Well, the thing is like, a lot of the neutral countries that were around them that they bombed immediately were like, nope, go America. It's just amazing to me how people can even remotely defend this organization. The IRGC's toast. Like, especially, like, the thing is that they've stirred up so much chaos in the Middle East now with them bombing neutral countries and them taking out this oil refinery station, or like this, it was like a massive gas plant. 10% of the world's gas was gone, lit up by a bunch of missiles that Iran fired. If America leaves, and I had said this prior to us leaving, Israel would continue to bomb them. Here's the kicker. If America leaves, they have to worry about the entire Middle East lighting them up now. There was a lot of people that were pissed about this.
They need to be totally destroyed. Like, completely destroyed. I think every single country in the entire world should consolidate around neutralizing this threat.
Agreed. I absolutely agree with that.
The tweet frames it as being deserved for being Zionist aligned. Well, the thing is that Iran, whenever you're bombing other random people, like whenever you're sending bombs out because of your ideology, ultimately you have to look at this from a self-preservation point of view. Does Iran have the right to just bomb and kill anybody who, has an ideology that they disagree with or is aligned with people that they disagree with? Well, if they think that they do, then I think that we should disagree. I think the reality is that this is a power struggle. It is. It's a pure, simple power struggle. And I want America and Western forces to come out on top of it. It's really that simple. Iran
bombing United States military bases in neighboring countries is not the same as indiscriminately bombing those countries. Use your head, you mook. Well, I'm just going to permaban you and tell you that you're fucking stupid. So sending a drone into one of the tallest buildings in the Middle East is bombing a military base. How do you come to that mentality? That's so fucking brain dead and deliberately stupid that I'm not even going to sit here and engage with that mentality. That's so fucking dumb. It's crazy. Then how come it is that a cluster bomb took out a hair salon yesterday in the Fox News interview that we watched? Oh, but it's a military base. Bullshit it is.
Represents a nexus of third worldism, radical Islamism, shitty behavior, terrorism, and just in general, like, world destabilization.
Exactly. They hitting hotels. They taking out random people. Bro, there is no military bases that they're hitting. Bullshit. And if it was military bases, then why are those countries pissed now? Why are they pissed? They're pissed. You have Iraq, you have Afghanistan, you have all these other fucking countries that I fucking don't really know the name of. Like, how many countries did they... Let me Google it. I'll Google it for you. How many countries did Iran indiscriminately bomb that were neutral with them and now want retaliation? Here you go. We have 5 or more regional countries Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and Kuwait. Those are some. They all want a piece of Iran now.
Everybody should be against this. Like, if you're speaking English in my chat right now, you should be against Iran.
You know what? Based.
It's not even a question.
Based. They hit a lot more than... Who's this directed towards? Anyone knows who shot first? SARS liquid natural gas plant. That's right. They had their chance. It's been 47 years.
A finger with emotions.
Enough was enough.
Well, it's meant to affect global energy, and it's working. Well, like, doesn't that... The thing is that...
That's right. America, fuck yeah. And if you don't like America and you're in America, then get the fuck out.
Is that they're trying to affect global energy. So your argument is that they're trying to cause as much damage to the entire globe, and the response to that should be that we shouldn't completely obliterate them? Why would we allow them to just basically indiscriminately try to do as much damage as possible to the global energy ecosystem? Really think about that. Like, if that's what they do, and instead of actually trying to fight a war against the people that they're being attacked by, instead of that, they just go and instead
they hit a school in northern Iraq, and there's people going around saying the U.S. did it. Really? Well, what about the 32,000 they were willing to genocide prior to America showing up? What about the 32,000 they were willing to publicly execute prior to America showing up and Trump threatening them not to do it? You know what happened to those people? They got killed behind closed doors. I have another tab up for Fox News of a wrestler that was just killed and executed publicly last night. Last night, boys, they publicly executed him. No, but I consider you permit. There you go.
blow up as much as they possibly can, then yeah, I don't think so. They do it to make you stop, brother. Well, that's the thing, is that How does
blowing up 10% of the world's oil refinement stop America from dropping more bombs? That just makes other people want to drop bombs on you, dumbass.
In a world with a country that will indiscriminately bomb and kill people that aren't even related to a conflict in order to hopefully achieve a geopolitical goal of making somebody else attacking them, because that's terrorism. That's what it is. They're terrorists.
Right. Yep.
So in my
damn straight, they are. They're terrorists.
I think that we should go. I am all in on regime change.
Yep.
I am all in on bombing Iran. I think we need to get rid of these people, as much as possible. Like I was like kind of on the fence about it. I was like, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
From day one, I've been completely get rid of these people. When you have a government that genocides 32,000 people without any remorse, and then during a war indiscriminately bomb people and kill people for 47 years, nah, dude, it's time for you to go. You're just mad that your day is coming. That's all. Every dog has its day, and your day's coming. Get used to it. It's not going away.
After seeing
and the more people you bomb, the more people you bomb and drag into this war, the more likely it is that the people that are already fighting with America are just going to fight even harder when we're gone. We haven't even had to do boots on the ground. We probably won't do boots on the ground. There's a good chance we'll never do it. You know why? We don't have to. You have an entire army of exiled Iranians that have been exiled because they've had to watch their family get killed, or they've been themselves threatened to be killed if they return. The Kurds. The Kurds have been ready to do a ground invasion. They haven't because Trump hasn't allowed them. If you think for a second, if America pulls out, those troops aren't going to immediately start invading, you're crazy. You ain't got to worry about America like that. You should be putting all this propaganda you're trying to push into my chats onto the people that are ready to start mobilizing and attacking you. And you know why? You're on my comments here in America trying to say that Iran's good. It's because y'all losing on y'all side. Because everyone around you knows exactly what kind of people you are. You're IRGC. Not necessarily all the Iranian people, but the people that are sitting here advocating for this terrorism, y'all's days are numbered. Y'all's days are numbered.
Bombing and attacks they've done, I think that it is 100% the morally correct decision to completely wipe these people out of existence.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't do that, if this is what they do whenever they're at this power level, imagine what happens if they get questioned.
Just imagine if they had nukes. Just imagine if they had nukes. I've been saying that this whole goddamn time. Just imagine if these people got their hands on dirty bombs and nukes.
They don't get what they want, and they have a nuclear bomb. Think about how scary that is. The main thing that we should be doing is finding every single person in leadership part of this ideology.
Well,
and
I hate saying Iran. I don't really like that because I know that the Iranian people are heavily suppressed. It's mostly the IRGC. I mean, if we're being honest here, they're occupied at this point. I mean, they just publicly executed a wrestler yesterday. We got that pulled up. Like, it's sad, bro. These people can't even protest in their own country. They're occupied.
Automatically getting rid of every single one of them. So that's what my opinion is on it, right? The thousands of protesters they killed, well, they killed more of them today, too. That's what's crazy is that you think that the Iranian, like the executions are over. They did more executions literally today. So they executed 3 people. Here we go.
Look at that. Look at that young man. He had an entire life ahead of him. He's dead now. They killed him. They executed him publicly in front of his family. He's dead. That man had a life ahead of him.
Islamic regime in Iran hanged a 19-year-old
Keep pushing your fucking propaganda in America and we'll keep dropping bombs, bitch.
Wrestler and anti-regime protester today. So this is another person who has been executed by this this country. A lot of that ideology are from Sunnis. Well, Iran's a Shia country. It's pretty obvious, right? So, but why do we dismantle countries now and not take them over, bring back colonization? I don't know. I mean, I don't think we need to colonize it. I think that they're going to colonize themselves in a way that's beneficial for us. I think that a lot of the Iranians, they don't want to have their government.
And he's absolutely right. Look at what's going on in Cuba. America hasn't even began communicating with the Cuban communist regime yet, and they've already come to the table saying that they're ready for regime change. They have the people in Cuba burning down communist buildings because they are tired of being oppressed to the point where they can't get food and fucking water. That's why. That's why these regimes are built to fail. When you stop catering to the people that you are in political power because you have these people under your thumb. When you start abusing these people for your own political gains and goals, you immediately lose all your power. Because the second that a bigger world power starts threatening you, you're going to lose not only your people because they're going to see the blood and water and they're going to start coming at you like piranhas or sharks. But you're also going to have it's a two-front battle. You're going to lose. You're going to lose your own people because they're going to rise up against you, and you're going to lose because you have an entire country telling you it's time for you to go. Sometimes multiple countries.
Have that happen either. And so, yeah, let's see here. This is the way it looks like right now, maybe. Holy fuck. Look at those bombs. Oh my God.
There is nothing left.
History did a whole video where he called all the things that are happening right now. I feel like the U.S. government went into the war with no real strategy. Do you really think that the United States government doesn't have a strategy?
It's so brain dead.
Like, this is the type of, this is third worlder code.
I'm just at the point where I don't even engage with that mentality. It's obviously a third world person trying to push some weird shit. into my comments, I just ignore them or I ban them. I just don't. I've been pulling up so many dumbasses the past week that I haven't even been able to like do that many reaction video stuff. I've been noticing that whenever I go back and edit, I'm like, holy shit, did like 2-3 videos the entire stream? What am I doing? Like, I just, it's the same mentality. It may even be like the same person making different accounts. I don't really care. I'm just not even going to get engaged with this mentality anymore. I'm just going to permaban. Like, every time I bring them up, we end up wasting a bunch of time. We don't get anywhere. Like, it just, and you can't change their mentality. That's just, it's just what they are. I don't know.
We don't appear to have a strategy. They had tactics, but long-term, no. How do you, what makes you think that they don't have a strategy?
This is a racist comment. You do realize that's against YouTube's terms of service, right? That's hate speech, brother. That's like using the N-word.
Why do you think
you
that?
would know that if you actually read YouTube's terms of service, dumbass?
Like, they're literally systematically killing every single IRGC member that comes out and is on camera. They're blowing up individual stops constantly. They're bombing missile stations every single day.
Have y'all been seeing the, so there's been videos circulating. I don't know if they're, like, a lot of people have been saying they're AI and stuff, but the Iranians are rolling up to these checkpoints with the IRGC, and they're, like, playing drone sounds through their car audio. And you can see the IRGC, like the members that are around the output, what's it called? The border of the road stop. They just start hauling ass and getting to cover. It's funny as shit, dude.
They're blowing up ships constantly. They're trying to set this up, like, constantly. They're blowing up the banks. Everything. That's not a strategy? Wait a minute. America is worse, while also helping the oil price from going bananas. I hope they completely do it. The fact is that if you're going around and you're blowing up random, gas stations,
checkpoint,
and oil stations and shit like that, it's very clear that you can't be trusted in the modern world. You can't be. And the only way to solve that problem is to completely annihilate them. That's the way I see it. In schools, yes. Like Vietnam? Well, Vietnam, the goal was mainly to help those people. In this, the goal should be to totally remove the regime completely.
Yeah, the regime needs to go. They need to go. If we've dropped 15,000 bombs, we need to drop another 30. If we drop another 30, we need to drop another 60. If we drop another 60, let's go for 150. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? This regime needs to go. It does. They've even started executing people again. Again, they've started publicly executing people. It's time for them to go.
Vietnam was not total unconditional surrender. This is genocide. It's not genocide to go after a government. You should look that up in the dictionary.
I think there are a variety of Gulf countries.
It wasn't a random attack on the Qatar gas facility. It obviously was. It clearly was. And, 100% agree on that take. Yeah, why is it always the Middle East that's at war? Probably because of Iran recently. Let me watch this. So this is the new one.
I think there are a variety of Gulf countries, and Lucas will talk to this a little bit more, that are having to make serious decisions right now about whether or not to get directly involved offensively against Iran. What we saw yesterday, the Ras Laffan facility coming under attack in Qatar, was really the largest escalation of this
thanks
conflict
for the jewels.
yet. This is
the floating heart. Nice, thank
producer
you.
of liquefied natural gas.
I don't know what that's for, but thank you.
That's insane.
And it was targeted yesterday with ballistic missiles. And as of about 8 hours ago, first responders in Qatar say they've controlled about 2 out of 3 of the fires that were burning there. But this is a significant escalation that will have a ripple effect across energy markets around the world.
And it also, I think that what it shows is that, like, Iran will just simply bomb whatever they can to inflict the maximum amount of damage on anything that they can. Like, it has nothing actually to do with, like, having a targeted response towards Israel or America. It's just trying to, like, this is the Iran strategy. It's to create enough chaos and basically, like,
they're trying to make other people look at America and say, you need to stop this or they're going to hurt everybody. But what's really happening is the opposite, is that the more that they're bombing these neutral places, the more that these places that were neutral want to attack Iran. They've backed themselves in such a corner that if America leaves right now, nothing in the Middle East will change on this war. Nothing. It will be the same thing that's been going on. Hell, if anything, if Trump pulls back the Armada right now and just uses a couple battleships to get the Strait of Hormuz going by giving them giving them the ability to convoy them through, protection. If anything, we could probably do more good for the entire war doing that than doing what we're doing right now, because Israel is bombing most of these places, and I'm sure that there is a lot that America's Navy is doing as well. I don't doubt that, but at the rate we're going, it may straight up just be cheaper to start trying to ferry these big tankers through the Strait of Hormuz and keep them free of terrorists. Honestly, that may be the next goal here.
The board over in order to put enough pressure on the United States to basically let them keep doing things. And I think that the fact that that's their strategy means that it can't be allowed to work.
Well, that means that they'd be willing to do anything to win a war. That's what this boils down to. When you have somebody that's willing to put a dead man switch in their body if they get killed, that launches nukes around the world, you cannot allow that person to get into power. You have to have a level of... You have to have a balance. Like Vladimir has a balance, if that makes any sense. He doesn't... Well, I guess I can't really speak on Russia because I don't... Like Germany, for example. Germany has... If I'm not mistaken... Does Germany... Hold on. Does Germany have nukes?
I think that's what's happening. It's a smart strategy. I think it is in a way, but it's not working out the way they.
Boys, I got some fucked up news. I got some fucked up news, boys. Chuck Norris is dead.
He's on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. He's 86 years old. He has passed away from... We're just learning now. The report as of this morning is that he was hospitalized on the island. The reason for that hospitalization was unknown. They said that he was, at the time, again, just an hour or two ago, that he was in stable condition. Now we're learning that the legendary Chuck Norris has died. He's, of course, beloved for his role on Walker, Texas Ranger.
Bro, what? What the fuck?
Also, he is a black belt in 5 or 6 various martial arts. Considered one of the greatest martial artists of all time and martial arts actors of all time. Walker, Texas Ranger ran for many, many years. It was a classic.
What the fuck, bro?
Really spanned generations. There were fans. We just heard Rosanna's son was a fan. My grandfather, who was in his 90s, he watched Walker, Texas Ranger all the time. But a true legend, Chuck Norris. Again, he was on the island of Kauai in Hawaii.
86. What the fuck, man? I can't believe he's gonzo. That's sad. Damn, boys, a legend has passed on. Does that mean we're going to have new management in heaven? That's the real question, huh? I can't believe it, bro. He's gone. They done snapped him up, boys. He's gone. See you, boss, man. That sucks. Man, I grew up watching Walker, Texas Ranger. That was some good shit. I got all the episodes. I got them. I'm not gonna say how I got them, but I got them. I'm gonna be watching that now. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, bro.
They think it
I
is.
can't believe it.
Part of the reason that we heard President Trump yesterday putting out a true social.
That's right. Death didn't take Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris told Death it was time. That's right. You damn straight.
And he said, in part, quote,
It's a target response because of the
Boys,
Israeli.
we have lost a legend this day. We have lost a legend. I can't believe it.
Attack. So, let me
thanks for the thumbs up.
It's a target response. But why would they bomb Qatar if... Why would they bomb Qatar? If Israel attacks them and then they bomb a random gas facility in Qatar, how does that work? Because it's the main gas facility in the world? Do you want to live in a world with a country that does that?
You realize that Israel attacked Iran, and then for some odd reason, they felt the need to take out 10% of the world's gas. Everybody. This affected everybody.
It's a very simple question.
Like, what's next? They're gonna... Just imagine if these people had nukes. You see what? The goal would be if Iran had nukes would have been like, oh, what, Israel and America are attacking me? I'm gonna nuke Russia so Russia causes the apocalypse. What kind of fucking mentality is that? Hello?
They get attacked, they just try to inflict the maximum amount of damage on the world economy. Do you want to live in that world? Yes, simple question. It wasn't random, it was a target. No, I don't. Okay, so then, yeah, no, I understand that it's, but like, in my opinion, I don't think that's, I think that is random. Like, whenever you're in a war with one person and then you attack somebody who's adjacent just to kind of create more chaos, that to me is basically random. I don't want you to, I'm not saying random in the meaning of like, they had no idea what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. But if you don't want to live in that world, then the solution for that is to remove these people. It's obvious. Yeah, the world should not capitulate to a terrorist government that will indiscriminately bomb and kill civilians.
Apparently, Robert Dunville has also passed away. So some of my older people in the comments will know who Robert Dunville is. He passed away last week. And I'm not sure who that is, but apparently he's gone too. Oh, he played in The Godfather. Oh, wait a minute. He played in Secondhand Lions. If y'all have ever seen if y'all haven't seen Secondhand Lions, y'all need to check out Secondhand Lions. That's a damn good film. Damn good film. Got Robert Dunfall in it. It's got the boy from The Sixth Sense. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, he played in MASH. Oh shit. A lot of people know who he is then. He played in Sling Blade as well. Huh.
They don't get what they want. Everybody in the entire world should be united against this. It should be obvious. They're committing worldwide terrorism.
In the Middle East.
Oh, absolutely.
It raises questions about off-ramps and how President Trump and the administration
Hey, they leaving us now, boys.
To ensure that Iran does not...
Yo, low-key, I'm waiting for the day. Like, you realize that Arnold is old? Sylvester Stallone is old? Oh, man, what is the name of that guy that played in Die Hard? What's his name? I heard that he was in hospice. They put him in hospice because he's got like real bad dementia. He doesn't even know that he was in movies. Bruce Willis, thank you. Yeah, they got him in hospice, bro. All our actors, man, they all leaving, bro. Fucking sucks, bruh.
continue these attacks on regional Gulf countries and energy infrastructure that's not just used by the United States, but the entire world.
No, this is it. And they're inflicting worldwide terrorism. That's what it is. And they should, but they aren't. I don't know why. No, I'm not talking about 30s. I'm talking about...
man, we just lost Chuck Norris. The world just took a fat W to... I'm so fucking sorry. What the fuck? A fat L today. We just lost Chuck Norris, man. Sorry, I was talking about Iran, so I was just,
The armies in both camps throwing
basking in the ambience of America. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's because a lot of people... So the reason why a lot of people are angry about it is because they think that... I think that a lot of people are just stupid.
Walter Matthew? I'm not sure.
I think that's really the truth, is they're just stupid.
Walter Matthew.
They think that, well, Iran said they're not going to do this, and Iran, they did this because of something else, so somehow it makes sense. Netanyahu's live right now? Oh, yeah, I got to forget that. So if Iran gets eradicated, do you really think Middle East will find peace? I think it'll be easier to find peace with Iran gone than without it. I think that Iran is a huge person, a huge indicator of bad behavior. Absolutely. Israel, out of anger for what's taken place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility known as the South Pars gas field in Iran. A relatively small section of the whole has been hit. And United States knew nothing about this particular attack, and the country Qatar was in no way, shape, or form involved with it, nor did it have any idea that it was going to happen. Unfortunately, Iran did not know this or any of the other pertinent facts pertaining to the South Pars attacks, and thus justifiably and unfairly attacked a portion of Qatar's LNG gas facility. No more attacks will be made by Israel pertaining to this extremely important, valuable South Pars field unless Iran unwisely decides to attack very innocent, in this case Qatar, in which instance the United States of America, with or without the help or consent of Israel, will massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field at an amount of strength and power that Iran has never witnessed before. I do not want to authorize this level of violence and destruction because of the long-term implications.
Sorry about that.
But if Qatar's LNG is attacked again, I will not hesitate to do so.
I think Trump should have just done that out of spite, honestly. Seriously. I don't know why he just didn't do it, man. Why are you threatening these people? Just do it. It's obvious they don't give a shit. Just bomb the fuck out of them.
Wait.
Hey, why would you even threat? Just do it.
Gulf country and the U.S. are actually using their bases to attack Iran? Yeah, there's a base inside of that country. But again, do you want to have... And here's the question. So I'll ask... I've been bringing up a lot of chatters about this, and I apologize. I think I've been doing it too much. Too much for... Everybody is against them. Nobody is on Iran's side. Qatar, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Egypt, Kuwait, Jordan, Lebanon, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia.
Look at all those fucking countries. Look at all those countries they've pissed off.
Syria, Turkey, and the UAE have all...
Look at all those countries.
all issued a joint statement calling on Iran to immediately halt its attacks. Oh man. Literally everybody is against them. Nobody is on Iran's side. Nobody is on their side. Stop it, Iran. Exactly. And yeah, good. I know. And so maybe Iran, what is this here? And just libtards. Yeah, well, you're right. There are a bunch of fat communists in America that are on Iran's side. I forgot about them. That's their strongest soldiers.
That's right.
So if you're on their side, you're getting bombed. Yep, that's right. And shouldn't have done it.
Isn't that kind of funny? If you're on their side or neutral with them, they just bomb you anyway. How the fuck does that even make any sense? The fuck? Like, no one wants to be your teammate if you're punching everybody in the face, bro. What the fuck?
Shouldn't have done it. Oh, this is the video. Okay, let's watch it.
What the fuck?
Fuck is right.
Alright, I want to make this very clear. This person is alive. He's completely uninjured. He checked himself in, got himself checked out. He's completely uninjured. This man is fine.
Another rocket.
Damn!
You good?
Bro, did you see those reflexes, though? Those reflexes were king.
Fucking hell.
He's fine.
Damn.
He lived. Nothing happened to him. He got himself checked into a hospital. They looked him over. He's fine. Nobody got hurt or injured during this. He checked himself in because, like, I'm not gonna lie, if I was an EMT and I saw that happen, I would be like, okay, you need to get checked out. You need to make damn sure you don't have anything going on inside of you. He was fine. Everyone's fine. The cameraman was fine. The press guy's fine. Everyone's fine. So, YouTube, don't do it. I'm watching.
Fuck is right, yeah. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Wait.
How'd he survive? I don't know.
Lucky.
God damn. There are 2 frames that literally... there's the missile right there.
Oh, shit. I was like, where's it at? Look, it's right there. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that, can y'all? Hold on, let me move my fat ass head out the way. Look, there it is. That is crazy, bro. I'm not gonna watch that blow up again. I don't want to push my my fate here. You know what I'm saying?
Headache? He probably has a headache, right? I mean, like, I would have a headache.
That shit's probably loud, bro.
Fighting for Islamic causes while attacking Islamic countries.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is Saudi Arabia. Here we go.
I don't know how they claim to be fighting for Islamic causes while attacking Islamic countries. They are not attacking a single nation. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE.
Yes, they're fighting for Islam. Meanwhile, every other Islamic country hates them.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you're a terrorist regime. Duh. I mean...
Makes sense.
I mean, that's what effectively Hezbollah was doing. Hezbollah, I guess, apparently, they were fighting against their own country's power, right? But then they ended up turning on people and killing protesters that protested them. How could you... like, what? Come on.
Oman.
Big surprise the trend continues with these people,
Is that mustache?
It's that smile, bro. It's that smile. This dude's got a hell of a smile.
People are calling it a classic.
Lebanon, Jordan, Azerbaijan, Turkey. All these countries are Islamic countries, yet Iran attacks them.
Charlie Chapman,
even before this war, what was Iran's contribution in the issues related to the Islamic world?
Nothing. Well, they were making everything worse.
They support the Houthi militia in Yemen. They supported the popular militia in Iraq who are, and now
they brought that militia in to kill their own people during the protests.
They are attacking Iraq. They are attacking Iraq territories, Hezbollah in Lebanon.
There it is.
Who didn't suffice by hijacking the political decision
I think that guy
Lebanon,
follows you.
but rather was an effective arm to perform sabotaging actions in.
I don't think it's the mustache to face ratio. It's his damn mouth. Bro's got a big ass chomper on him, and I think that's what's throwing everyone off. Dude's got a massive mouth.
The region and in Saudi Arabia, and the biggest example is Iran and Hezbollah's role in Syria.
Yep, there it is. Another set of retards, and they got kicked out of Syria. The guy there is like, get the fuck out of here. You guys are causing me a bunch of problems.
Where is such support or so-called support in the Muslim world when they commit such crimes?
They're terrorists.
And supporting.
Oh, sorry. Where's it at? See y'all around, man. Where'd it go? Right here. Bobblehead watching Asmund Silver Mom's Basement Dwellers Club. I know that you're from Iran. You guys sell yourselves out all the time. Can't spell for shit. I want to let you know that I'm purposefully not banning people because every commenter, even the dumbasses that get down in my comments, help me get money. Thank you for your comment. And I'm going to continue to make money off of making fun of these terrorists getting what's coming to them. And stupid people commenting stupid things in my comments. Thank you. You sit there and push your bullshit, and I collect a fat paycheck. Thank you so much.
The former Syrian regime, how do they support?
You have by far the most disingenuous commentary on the war, bar none. Good, get used to it.
Damn straight. Thank you, American, for taking out this American soldiers. We'll go with that. And Trump for taking out this terroristic regime. My heart goes out to the 32,000 people that lost their lives, or any soldiers that lost their lives, or for that matter, any other country that lost lives because of this terroristic regime for 47 years. But I will not apologize for taking out a terroristic regime using a beautiful big black Dorito that costs more than the GDP of Somalia. I will not apologize for it. What I am going to do is allow people to make comments that are completely brain dead, collect money from it, and continue to make fun of terrorists dying. I will do that, though.
And I'll be accepting your thank yous in advance for being an advocate of removing this parasitic terrorist cancer from the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The Islamic world, when they assassinate politicians in Lebanon, how do they support the Muslim world's issues and causes when they empower the popular mobilization?
See, we can live in a much better world.
No, it's not. It's not. I'd be doing the same shit. I was doing the same shit prior to having people watching me. It don't matter if people watch me. I'm just letting you know that if you're getting paid to push propaganda in my comments, well, guess what? Every comment you make, cha-ching! Thanks.
We can live in a world where we can go over to the Middle East. They can come over here.
Hate to break it to you, but I got to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? I got bills to pay. And I damn sure, as an American, am going to use my patriotism, especially after it's been suppressed for 4 years, to my advantage. I'm getting the best of both worlds. And you know what? W America. It's because I live in America, I get to have this privilege.
Exchange of cultures, goods, and understanding. We can live in that world. And the main thing that's standing in the way of that right now is Iran.
Forces in Iraq.
Get rid of them. Get them out.
Hindering the
We're getting there?
development efforts in Iraq. I can't see how they support the Islamic causes.
And you know what the best part about living in America is? Is that any American could pick up a camera, get a little bit of decent internet, get a nice little computer, and do the same thing I'm doing. And you know what? You should. You should. If you feel the same way that I do about all this, then you should. Because the time of being oppressed by these colonizers is over, man. It's done. Y'all just don't like it. That's why we got all these Karens running around trying to attack these ICE agents. Like, y'all cooked, man. Y'all even trying to y'all trying to invade in my comments, trying to say stupid shit. It ain't gonna work for you here, man. It ain't gonna work here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like it is. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is. Shit, I was doing this before I was making money, and now I'm making money off of it. Thank you. Thank all of you. All of y'all out here that are supporting me, y'all just being here, W. But I'm letting the people know that want to sit here and try to spread that propaganda from their country that if you sitting here and you saying negative stuff in my comments, you making that paycheck bigger. Thank you.
Slogans which they hide behind it, and these two
most transparent streamer, boys. I'm not gonna bullshit with you. Most transparent streamer. 2026.
They work to serve the Iranian interests.
What's the end goal?
The regime change in Iran. Duh. To get the terrorist organizations out of power. Duh. To dismantle terrorists all over the Middle East. What kind of question is that? That's a question that somebody that's actively trying to ignore everything that's going on and coming up with their own narrative would ask.
In my opinion, the end goal should be to get rid of Iran. Get rid of the Iranian leadership, period.
Yep.
Completely annihilate and remove the Iranian influence entirely. That's what my opinion on it is, right? The Arab countries have officially threatened to join the United States.
Damn. Shouldn't have done it, huh? Shouldn't be bombing people indiscriminately. Damn. I guess that's what happens when you do that.
Ministers from across the Gulf region met in Riyadh to discuss the conflict spread. But while those talks were happening, Iran launched missiles targeting the Saudi capital. All were intercepted, but falling debris injured several people. The Saudi foreign minister accused Iran of trying to intimidate Gulf leaders and said it would not succeed.
The targeting of Riyadh while a number of diplomats are meeting, I cannot see as coincidental. And I think that's the clearest signal of how Iran feels about diplomacy. It doesn't believe in talking to its neighbors. It tries to pressure its neighbors. And what I can say categorically, that's not going to work. The kingdom is not going to succumb to pressure.
Damn.
And on the contrary, this pressure will backfire.
The Saudi foreign minister also said the patience of
Israeli and the U.S. started this war, buddy. What are you yapping about? Well, here, let me help you. There you go.
GCC countries was not unlimited.
I'm just not in it today, boys. I'm just not going to sit here and deal with the same comments that we've, like, these botted, loser-ass propaganda pushers that don't even try to look into anything. I just ain't catering to it anymore. I'm not doing it.
Iran's attacks on its neighbors continue.
Y'all are so brain dead, it's not even funny.
They reserve the right to take military action.
Let's not even talk about the 47 years prior to that. No.
Iran.
Well, guess what? 47 years of bullshit being taken out by the 47th president, W. Donald Trump.
All diplomatic options have been exhausted.
That's right. But what I care about now is that the attacks on my country and on my neighboring countries that are not involved in this conflict end. That's all I'm interested in. And we're going to use every lever we have, political, economic, diplomatic, and elsewise, to get these attacks to stop. That's what I care about.
Hours earlier, Qatar's Ras Laffan industrial complex was hit in a missile attack, which caused extensive damage. Qatar's foreign ministry...
I think that we really have an opportunity right now to...
Man, y'all must be getting desperate now. Y'all must be getting desperate. When you hear the truth, you push them out. Hear what truth? So what is it that you're going to tell me? Oh man, we got a generational crash out. Oh man, we got a multiple streamer. So what truth did I just push out? I haven't pulled that many people up today, so let me see. You're brainwashed like all you citizens from the USA. Yeah, sure, I'm the brainwashed one. So how many AI now? Okay, you know what? Hold on. Let me take it a step back. Hold on. So you try to say that that we started the war with Iran. Well, what about the 47 years of terrorism that they funded by taking money away from their own civilians and advocating for the death of Americans, and not to mention that all the terrorist regimes that these people funded killed hundreds. Like, let me tell you something. This man being in power for 47 years and how many people he's killed would probably make Hitler blush. They've killed a lot of fucking people. Not to mention the 32,000 that were systematically genocided prior to America's involvement that they were going to publicly execute. Let's not even begin to talk about all the money that our administrations and governments have put together to bomb these people from making nukes and to have to get our American soldiers back from these people. How much money we've hemorrhaged to them over the years. Right? So at what point did we start this war? And how is it that now that we're finishing it, y'all roaching out like cowards? Y'all losing big time. That's right, I do. And to be quite frank, Iran should be thankful that we're sending as many missiles as we are, and they should be thankful and thanking whatever it is they pray to that we haven't dropped just 2. Japan found out the hard way what just 2 looks like.
To set Islamic terrorism back by decades. I think we do. If we get rid of the Iranian regime and we stomp out all of their proxies, which we can do, we can absolutely do that. I think that we could have a new, better time. And I think that there's another component to this that people aren't realizing is that a lot of the radicalization inside of America and other Western countries, the genesis of that is Iran. Iran is the radicalizing factor that these people are listening to and then acting on.
Condemned the attack and said...
It's cope? No, it's not. It's not cope. Literally everybody's against it.
Yeah, no, they are. They're used to having an America that is dragging their feet on everything. Trump's not dragging his feet. Trump's getting shit done. And now all they got left is their little words where they go onto YouTube and try to leave all these nasty little bot comments and everyone else's comments on YouTube because they know damn good and well they're cooked. They can't win the war, so they got to make it a psychological one.
Dragging the region towards the abyss. The UAE also had to shut down 2 of its facilities due to falling debris from a missile interception. And several missiles and drones were also launched at gas fields in the east of Saudi Arabia.
Why else would they be putting up AI-generated videos of the USS Abraham Lincoln getting blown up? Or for that matter, publicly executing wrestlers. Because, you know, publicly executing a wrestler is totally going to help you win the war, right?
Those were intercepted. Since this conflict began more than 2 weeks ago, GCC leaders have been at pains to stress they would defend their territories but not attack Iran. But the targeting of their critical energy infrastructure is putting relations between Iran and its Gulf neighbors under increasing strain.
They're probably fucking tired of getting attacked by these retards whenever they didn't have anything to do with this.
Exactly.
What the fuck are you doing? Think about it. Think about it. That's insane.
Victoria Gates.
Terrorist regimes are going to do what? They're going to terrorize. Duh. They can't attack the elected officials because their fucking shit's being blasted back to the Stone Age. So you know what they do instead? They attack the citizens. They own their power in their government by systematically killing their own citizens. You can't have a government like that, bro. That government gots to go. Gots to go. Gots to go.
Can be Al Jazeera.
I don't understand why other Arabic countries didn't join the USA against Iran whenever they're under heavy fire. Probably there are probably political reasons for that, where there are probably people inside of their country that might not want that, and they don't want to be seen as like siding directly with what could be perceived as like the West. That's
America has got to go. I wonder how many people these foreign countries have paid in America to go and protest their little regimes. How many of these are actually AI bots made to like push propaganda on anyone that goes against their little narrative? I wonder that every day. I do, genuinely. America has to go, and Israel Well, guess what? America's not going anywhere because we have the biggest and baddest fucking ass military in the entire free fucking world. And it's because of America that the world is the way it is. That's why a lot of people aren't speaking German right now, bitch. We're not going anywhere. We have beautiful airplanes and beautiful missiles that are perfectly shaped and cylindrical in design, specifically designed to tactically take out any terrorist regime that opposes American rule. And you know what? W and God bless America.
That's what I'm kind of assuming, but I don't really know that. I mean, I think that there's probably more elements to it as well, where it's like, why would they engage? Like, why would they entangle themselves in something that they're not necessarily involved with, right? I mean, like the fact is that this is a war with, with America and with fucking Israel, right? It's not that are not cowards. Well, it's not even really cowards. I mean, it's just that, they have nothing to do with this, and that's it. It did feel like 3 months.
What bots? You can tell that you are severely uneducated and you are a lost person. I can tell that you're an Iranian trying to push propaganda and you're banned for it. How about that? Damn. Bro can't even speak English in here trying to push propaganda from his third world shithole. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Exactly. And
that's crazy.
Jake's comment. I don't know about that. I'll look at that whenever I get to it. And it is though. Well, I don't know. I'm just. It's not cowardice.
Like I said, if you want more of the transparent streamer, we're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11:30. Most transparent streamer on the internet. For the most part, I'm gonna say what I think unless it violates terms of service. Please sub to the channel, hit the like on the stream. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11:30. Check out that channel membership. You can get those beautiful exclusive emotes. You guys could be rocking that. Know what I'm saying? But yes, please hit that like button on the stream and please sub to the channel. Every little bit helps, boys. You don't have to hit the channel membership up. Just showing up and watching the streams does wonders. Thank y'all so much for being y'all to the people that actually want to be here.
I think they're just being smart with what they're doing. World War III, finding out game journalists hate Crimson Desert, probably the best news I've gotten today. Now I know. Okay, I did see. All right, that is good. So here we go. Here's another one. And this is what Iran does. 19-year-old.
Damn! I don't know what that is. Thank you for the 279. Hello, the final crusade. Hey, I mean, if it works, right? Where was that at? Have you ever seen the sun? How do you know that I don't have some kind of skin condition? How do you know I don't have some kind of blood condition that makes it to where my blood doesn't circulate properly? This is how you can spot these people out immediately. In America, you would be surprised how little people are willing to point out a mental illness or a skin condition. You would be shocked. But because these people are from third world, and they probably do, the IRGC probably does this to their own citizens so much that they're used to it, they immediately out themselves when they get into an American chat. It's hilarious. It is. It's funny. It's hilarious to me.
Champion wrestler executed by Iran in a public hanging.
Public hanging. They publicly hung this man. He lost his entire life for what? What in your head can say that it's okay to kill somebody publicly in front of their friends, in front of their families, and televise it? Other than being a pedo, a terrorist, a murderer, rapist, or a motherfucking traitor. If you ain't any of those things, why you hanging people?
Mohammadi Mehdi Ghassami and Sahid Dawoodi were executed as
and
part
a traitor is somebody that helps out with terroristic bombs and stuff like that. A traitor is not somebody that goes on the internet and spews crazy shit like, God have mercy on my soul, Hassan or Candace Owens, okay? They're not traitors. They're just audience captured and crazy. I mean, that's for Candace. That's not necessarily for Hassan, but.
Iran's brutal crackdown on protests.
If what you're doing leads to the death of your fellow countrymen, you need to be executed. You do. But whenever you're just doing this for no reason, because you're mad that you're losing a war and you're trying to keep the population that you're controlling under your control, you've lost that war.
Mohammadi was tortured to confess. Oh, here we go. Where is it?
That's crazy.
It didn't
so
open up.
Damn, bro.
Tortured to confess to the capital crime of waging war against God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Here we go. So, let's see. I pulled this up, and so we got somebody here. So, this is a person. It's wild, the propaganda that's going on today. Can we go beyond service level events from mainstream media sources? What are you trying to say? So you're trying to tell me, you're telling me that what I'm saying.
Doesn't that comment look awfully familiar, boys? How many people have I pulled up over the past few weeks that look awfully familiar to that? It's odd how similar that comment is, isn't it? Oh, but you're following the mainstream media. How dare you? Oh, you're using Asmongold. How dare you? Heresy. Okay, then you pulled them up and you asked them, who should I be going to? And it's either an immediate roach out or it's some weird ass fucking internet site that nobody uses because it's not American. It's always some bullshit, right? Always some bullshit.
Level, but you're quoting some schizo. I'm sorry, but John Kirikow's a schizo. Ooh, what are we talking? Do you really think that what he's saying is true? I'm sure some of it is. How the fuck would he even know that? Not what you're saying, what someone else said? Okay. I see a lot both sides. I don't trust CNN is all. This isn't CNN. This is a fucking, this is some random, like, Twitter journalist, right? That's it. And, yeah, it's just insane. I won't stand for John slandered. Of course, right? He's definitely telling the truth. But, anyway, let me go and find these other ones here. Because there's been even more of this. Where the fuck is this? Oh, God. They had this girl dancing now? Oh, perfect. Well, let me scroll down.
All the lies that have been said. So, if you notice, before the war, people like Ben Ferguson were saying, oh, we're not necessarily going to attack. Donald Trump's a peace president. He's not going to attack. He's not going to put in ground troops. That's not what I said ever. Yeah.
I never said it. Go find a video. Go look at YouTube. Listen to any one of my shows. I never said that. So not one damn time.
It doesn't matter what anybody else said. Trump said when he was running for office, he was going to bomb the shit out of Iran. He said that multiple times during his speeches. He did. It doesn't matter what anybody else says about him. At the end of the day, Trump said it when he was running. He did. He said it multiple times.
Piers, this is why I shout on your program, because every time I start talking, some Israel first son of a bitch comes in and...
Here we go. Here we go.
Starts talking over me. Hey, you made all your Israeli talking points. Here we go.
Bro.
Be quiet. Oh, yeah, my ass.
You know why they're doing this? I've noticed this a lot with the people that are like, oh, Israel, oh, you're fighting for Israel. Nah, bitch. It's just 47 years too late, in my opinion. This should have happened a long time ago. Keep squawking and chirping and doing your bullshit. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you try to spin this to seem like it's Israel's war, no matter how many people actually fall for that trap, at the end of the day, Iran was America's problem as well. It was. It always was. Iran is everyone's problem. You know how I know that? Look at how they retaliated. They attacked everyone around them, even the neutral countries, and they all want a piece of Iran. If you're still using this whole "it's for Israel" thing, I guess every country in the world's for Israel, huh? That's crazy. Man, that sure is something. Even the Kurds? Man. Nobody give a fuck about that propaganda you trying to push, bro. At the end of the day, I see a bunch of terrorists that took American lives and took hostages and tortured people and are killing people. Guess what? When you get a missile shoved up your fucking ass, well deserved. You earned it. Congrats. Rest in pieces.
Yeah. Okay.
Cenk,
See,
you've
here it
actually
goes
done
again.
Cenk,
So
for
then
15
here's the
minutes.
other line.
Cenk, for
Here's-
15
hey,
minutes,
can I
you
just
managed
effing
to
talk?
stay relatively calm. Don't blow it now.
Don't blow it now. Look at his face. He's sweating. He's already sweating. It's 45 seconds in.
Yeah, okay, but that's what Israel First does. They just jabber, jabber, jabber. Anyway, so here we go.
That's right. Like the stream. If y'all here like the stream, helps out. Stick around, sub to the channel. If you like hearing more of that, we're always here. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11:30. Always here. Stick around.
Ben
Don't have to worry about missing a stream. The streams always stay up.
All the Israel First clowns said, oh, we're doing this for the Iranian protesters, and once we start bombing them and murdering them, they're going to love us.
Well, what about the Americans that were killed through proxy by the terrorist regimes that Iran funded for 47 years? What about those people? What about that? What about the airplanes filled with money that Obama sent over to get our soldiers back? You know what's crazy is when they released the American soldiers to come back to America, they made those soldiers kiss those terrorists on the forehead. What about that? What about that? You're not going to bring that up, are you? No, of course you're not. No.
Now he's saying, well,
that would defeat your narrative. Of course not.
Said that either.
Protesters can't come out
Never
in the
said that
streets.
either.
We're
You make up a
bombing
lot
them.
of
We're
shit,
bombing
man. It's
them.
pretty
That's what
impressive.
we
Like-
said. All right.
Yeah,
All right,
never
here we
said
go. Will you shut the fuck up? Will you?
Bro is crashing the fuck out, bro.
The clip's not even halfway over, by the way. All right, here we go.
You
If you're saying, if you're putting words in my
heard your
mouth that I never said,
Israeli
I will
talking
never be
points.
quiet. I'll never be quiet when you put
Piers.
lines into my mouth of things
I know,
never
that's
said.
why we have to shout on this show, because these assholes
'cause you
won't
make
shut
shit
the
up,
fuck
man.
up.
Like,
All right.
Just to be clear, just to be clear,
I wonder if he was down in Minneapolis rioting. I wonder.
I think there are actually less chances of Ben Ferguson shutting the fuck up than there are of the Bob Pope analogy I gave earlier. So why don't we just assume
now
both
he's really
of you
sweating.
can be equally garrulous? Cenk, finish your point.
No, I haven't interrupted him once. Okay, so, look, guys, we're ignoring the 800-pound gorilla in the room. For example, if somebody was to come in here and they were going to listen to this discussion or debate, but we told them ahead of time, hey, these guys are all clean and honest, then they'd listen to it and try to figure out what's happening. If we told them ahead of time, someone gave them $100 million to all say the same thing, we'd go, well, then we're a little bit more skeptical, to say the least. So that is what's happening with our politicians. Israel has given Congress $100 million. They've given Donald Trump $337 million. So this is all a fake conversation.
But these are tiny
we
amounts
have no
of money.
American interest in it.
Look, they spent billions on
Oh,
day
okay,
one
now
of
you're
the war.
cutting me off, Piers.
These are tiny amounts of money you're talking
It's
about.
because you're bringing up these weird points that don't make any fucking difference. They don't make a difference to shit. Oh, but everyone's getting paid. Yeah, it's a war, guy. No shit. There's money that's going to be moving back and forth. Israel bought bombs from us. Yeah, it's a war. We are fighting a war with. If we had this many people in World War I and World War II, man, we wouldn't have been able to get shit done. That's probably the reason why we entered both of them bitches so late. It ain't no wonder why. America, per the usual, is dragging its feet into any fucking war.
Picking up crap.
So, tiny amounts of money, Pierce. Are you mental?
They're minuscule amounts. Those are pinheads compared to the entire fucking machine. Like, what are you talking about, bruh?
$337
million that the Adelsons have given to Donald Trump because he is corrupt and easily purchasable. The Adelsons are corrupt and Israelis. The Israeli Adelsons gave Jonathan Paul.
Oh my God. Yeah, the middle. This guy just asleep.
Bro, he's just gonna go to sleep.
The middle guy. He's crashing out, and this guy's crashed out.
A trip on their private jet back to Israel and celebrated him like a hero because they love people betraying America for Israel.
But you don't think, I
can prove it! I can prove it!
Oh my God!
So tell me if we should put American troops or Israeli troops in.
Everybody's
okay,
laughing
why
at
are we putting our guys in? Ben Ferguson, that traitor, said that it was no big deal that 13 Americans died. It's a huge deal.
Never said that.
13 Americans died. Why do you send your gun?
But 13 compared to how many the IRGC's lost, plus their entire leadership. I mean, last time I checked, if you take out a country's entire leadership, you're winning that war. I hate to break it to you. It doesn't matter how much you try to raise your voice. We're still winning that war. The emotions going on in this one shot. Anger. Just pure happiness. Bros in heaven.
You never said
Israeli.
He's so mad.
He's sweating, bro.
I've never seen him this mad before. This is crazy. He's actually furious.
Yo, this is like every commenter in my comments that just isn't getting any fucking, like, anything whatsoever in my comments, just straight up being ignored, that are sitting there trying to, like, push their propaganda. They're just sitting there mauling the fuck out, sweating, typing really fast, like the little pissant keyboard warriors they are. It's the funniest shit, dude. It is.
Into a war.
Take the blood pressure meds, bro.
They
It was
started
never
it.
said by me.
All right. Did you say take your meds?
No shot.
Meds, bro.
They
It was
started
never
it.
said by
Only
me.
friends
Never
into
said
a
it.
war.
Take the
They
blood
started.
pressure meds, bro.
Oh my God, he did.
Your blood pressure meds, bro. Honestly, good advice. Look how mad he is. This is crazy.
It was never
Started it.
said by me. Never said by me. You
know
know
what?
so much shit.
I'm never going to let anyone else on this program talk, because the minute I start talking,
boop, end. That's what you do to this person. Cut their mic off or turn off their video feed. Disconnect the call. When did we allow this to happen? Like, everyone has their turn. Take your fucking turn and shut the fuck up. Like,
He's saying like Macho Man Randy Savage. Or you gonna like a pervert?
This is a good analogy of why Trump won. You noticed how everyone tries to give their 2 cents, but you have that one person out of the 5 or 4 people that just won't shut up and continues to oppress everybody around them. These 2 people could agree with this man, 100%. But because of the way he's acting, they're never going to vote for this man. That's the fact. That's why Trump won. When you got all these people running around doing this crazy shit like what was going on in Minneapolis, and you radicalize to the point where you're willing to get yourself killed for something stupid, nobody's going to vote for you. Because if you don't control your radicals, you get defined by them. People are scared of that.
they start interrupting and go, oh, Israel's the greatest, Israel's the greatest.
Okay.
They bribed all of our politicians.
It
is exceedingly clear. So stop working for Israel, you corrupt sons of bitches. Work for America. Here's your solution. Here's your solution.
Another good analogy. These 2 people may agree with him, but because you don't agree with him on everything, and you're not sticking up for him, and you're not acting and bringing the same energy, you're against him.
And it's super simple. We get the fuck out of there. We have zero interest in there. None.
America pulls out tomorrow. Israel, along with every other Middle Eastern country, bombs the shit out of them and kills a bunch of innocent people because America's the one running the show. The only reason why Israel hasn't bombed them more, or for that matter, nuked them, is because of America.
But
and now you know why Trump had to do what he had to do. He's got to deal with people like this.
You put in the ground troops. You put in the ground troops. Ben Ferguson, answer this question. Should we be sending Israeli ground troops or American ground troops?
You don't have to send either. Send in the Kurds. Send in the Kurds. A lot of them are exiled Iranians. They don't want to see Iranian people that are willing to join them get killed. Like, they want to liberate their country. Send in the Kurds, man. No one has to send in an army. The Kurds want to take back their own country.
I think
that's why they were so ready whenever they saw that it was being done.
No major ground troop movements because the president's made it clear we're not invading the country. If you listen to what he said, you would already know that not happening.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
We put in ground troops. Now that's another lie he'll come back and say, I always said we were going to put in ground troops.
You know what? Okay, look, I'm going to call an end to this.
American or Israeli?
The truth is...
American or Israeli?
Right,
which ground troops?
Trank, calm down. The truth is...
Ferguson, that traitor, said, so tell me if we should put American troops or Israeli troops in. Okay, why are we putting our guys in? Ben Ferguson, that traitor, said that it was no big deal that 13 Americans died.
Oh my God.
The things that are going on in Iran right now, and I haven't seen one tiny morsel.
I don't know how this guy keeps getting led onto that show, bro. There's no shot. All right, let's move on from that.
Tell me, wait, this might actually be Trump's funniest moment? The Japanese prime minister is in the White House and he's talking about why they didn't...
Okay, how about one more question for the prime minister? Let me pick a beautiful person from Japan. A question for the prime minister. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends, but why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are...
Why didn't you tell Japan about the war? And I know exactly where we're going.
Very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it.
You know it's crazy? That's Japan. That's fucking Japan, brother. They bombed the shit out of Pearl Harbor. They had kamikaze pilots. They had fucking soldiers that would light grenades and run at American soldiers and blow themselves up with them. They had to do some seppuku where they had to take their own life if they were losing ground, like what happened on Hacksaw Ridge. We bombed them twice and left skin on the ground where their fucking shadows were. And now they're our greatest ally. So whenever I hear somebody say that you'll never take out the Iranian regime, I look at Japan as an inspiration. They are our greatest ally. Hands down. And originally, look at how their war tactics were. Shit was terrifying, bro. Look at their war tactics. We got them to change. Why not the IRGC?
Because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
Oh my God. Oh my God. The 47th President of the United States, boys. Let's go.
Okay. Right? You know, he's asking me, now you believe in surprise, I think much more so than... And we had a surprise. And we did.
Do you remember whenever he had the German chancellor? Here's the last one.
Fuck, bro!
We are having
Oh my God, that got me good. I
This
wasn't
is
expecting that.
anniversary when the Americans once ended the war in Europe. And I think this is in your hand in specific, in ours.
That was not a pleasant day for you?
No, that was not a pleasant.
This was not a great
in the
day.
long run, Mr. President, this was the liberation of
It was not a great day for you. And now we have episode 2.
Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
Oh my God!
And episode 3 has to be with the Italian. Oh, God. The thing is, that'll probably happen. He'll probably bring that up, and that way he can go for all 3 of them.
Mr. President, a message to Italy.
I love Italy.
Mr. President.
Oh man, Trump sure is something else, ain't he? God damn, bro. Goes in to be. We're gonna move this up a little bit because I want to see this. I want to see this.
Take a look at it.
This is about the wrestler that was publicly executed.
Ainsley, you have it holding it up. And essentially, it's butchers. Iran's despots fight for control by publicly executing teenage protesters, including a 19-year-old wrestler named Salama.
Bro, he was fucking 19. He was 19. Bro, that is some twisted shit.
Hamidi, who and 2 others, after they say they murdered 2 cops. Most people say
I'm
they
sure.
had nothing to do with it. They were tortured, and then they were killed. They were hung. So this is outrage not only the Western world, I imagine most of the Gulf states, but also the sports world.
Yeah, this is what the Iran Youth World Champion Wrestler, this is what the organization is saying. This is only a glimpse of the regime's brutality, a regime that kills its own people and now publicly executes a teenage athlete. For nearly 50 years, some politicians have tried to moderate this regime. They still don't understand it. We do. We have lived under it. We carry its scars. Iranian sports is no longer in the hands of athletes. It's controlled by the Revolutionary Guard.
Well, it's like that one girl, that one woman that couldn't go back to her country and she wasn't able to attend her father's death because she didn't wear her headwear, her hijab, while she was just playing normal soccer with her teammates, with her other friends. And they threatened her and then she had to flee. Like, it's the same shit, man.
Forces that suppress women, intimidate athletes abroad, and threaten their families. Others are still at risk, and there is still time to save them. The world must act now. Salah's only crime was protest. He went to the streets for freedom, for a future where protest is not a crime, where executions do not exist, and where people are held by hostage of their own.
Look how young those 3 guys are. One of them is the wrestler, the famous wrestler, and we ask, why did they pick him? You know, there are thousands and thousands.
It's a symbol. That's why. Got all these other people and they're going to pick the ones that everybody knows. It's odd how is it that you have all these famous sports people that keep getting completely dismantled and killed by this fucking regime? It's because people look up to them. That's why. And they want to crush any hope they can. That's why you see all those AI videos of them blowing American boats out of the water. They push that through their own media. They keep these people in their place by using fear and killing them. This regime has to fall. It has to.
Thousands of people out on the street that were protesting. And the reason is he's a public figure. He's an athlete. He's very well known. And he's a 19-year-old rising star. He was tortured into confessing to the capital crime of waging war against God. He was executed without a fair trial. All 3 of them were. And this comes one day. They were executed yesterday on Thursday. The girls, the soccer team, they returned on Wednesday. So I think this is a signal of intimidation from Tehran that if you go against our regime, this is what could happen to you. But remember, it was the end of January, beginning of February when Donald Trump said, threatened them saying, you need to stop these public executions. And they stopped. But now that the war
they're on the ropes right now. And when you have the military leaders that are getting private messages from the Israeli Mossad telling them, hey, you guys need to stand with the people or else you're going to be targeted. We know exactly where you are. And so there's
Because you have to keep in mind that when they do this, when they target these individuals like this, they don't just target the individual, they target their family. Like that soccer lady that was brought on Fox and talked about it, they targeted her family, bro. It's not just you that they target, they threaten your family. They go down the whole damn bloodline. They don't care. These people have to be stopped.
Growing consensus that we're getting close within the next 2 weeks or so where the people are going to be able to take the streets, and the IRGC
sounds a lot like American policy. So what American policy are you reading that's anything like that? Now that you've got the big screen, you can inform us all what policy you read that was American. How's it going, Infidel? That you read that states anything that does this. What policy? That's not a policy, those are bombs. Well, they're not the names of the bombs, but they're the places that America bombed. Yeah, and Japan's one of our greatest allies. What's the matter, you butthurt because we fucking y'all's government up? Mauled about it somewhere else, please.
And the government are saying, Brian, not on our watch.
Cry about it, bitch about it, mauled about it. I'm going to continue making fun and making streams and videos off of it. Rest in piss, you won't be missed.
Been a lot of defections. He said that on the couch in the Oval Office. Tyler Clary, a U.S. gold medal winning wrestler, said about this in London. He said he won in the London Games. But we're seeing
big surprise. You fuck around with America and bomb Pearl Harbor, you get nuked, motherfucker. Big surprise. The 47th president, who's shown that he's willing to escalate by capturing Maduro a week prior, sends the armada over to your country along with Israel, try to make you come to the table and do a deal. And you just refuse to do it and you ignore us. And then you get your entire administration blown the fuck up. Well, fuck around and keep finding the fuck out. 2026 Donald Trump, baby, let's go.
On the execution of a wrestler after what appears to be a sham process.
I have no sympathy for this terrorists. I have none. This has been going on for 47 years. It is past time for this to be done.
Brutal reminder of what regime stands for. This is exactly why strong leadership matters. President Trump has been clear-eyed about the nature of it and the need to stand up for it. The moments like this prove why that approach is necessary. They've killed we've heard between 7 and 40,000 of their people in cold blood. We'll see if they begin to take back their country. And that is why the intel that they have on the ground, that the Mossad has obtained with all the Iranians that have become sources for the IDF and for the Israelis, that's why they got to go ahead and turn their people in, because right now...
The issue with that, and I get where you're going with that, Infidel, the problem that the Iranian people are facing right now is there's no internet. That's the only problem. They cut the internet off.
We're there, and...
From what I understand, there's no internet, and they're pushing their own propaganda through their mainstream media. So all those AI videos you saw on Twitter before Elon had to step in and say fuck off, those AI videos of them blowing up American ship, I know they look crazy, right? Surely no one will believe them. You have to realize that these people, for the most part, they can't even afford internet. They don't know what AI looks like. Like, they're not developed like America. They genuinely don't know. They still have smog that like chokes out people in their own city. And it's not their fault, it's their government. The government wants them to be that way because it makes really good cattle. That's why they do it. They're sorry pieces of shit. that are getting missiles blown up their fucking ass, and it's long overdue. But these Iranian people, they keep seeing these activists, or not necessarily activists, these protesters getting killed, and they're terrified of their government. They're terrified. And I don't blame them, because they don't know any better. Some of them do. A lot of them do. But a lot of them have been killed already. Whatever they're doing to keep these people in line is very effective. It's very effective. And it sucks. But that's why we got to get these people out.
To execute what I think are their captors.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, Iranians are dumb. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because of their government, they are that way. They don't really know. Because their government, it's like whenever white people 300 years ago or whenever the fuck owned slaves, they didn't let the slaves learn how to read because they knew that they would get cooked. It was their form of media back then. It's the same reason why Korea doesn't have standard television. They have their own form of public broadcasting from Kim Jong-un, right? That's why. It's a form of oppression that keeps the cogs in the machine as cogs in the machine. The minute they start getting these Western views, it turns into Iran or Cuba. And that's what they're trying to prevent.
I just want to say I'm alive, and you're all witnesses.
Israel, out of anger for what's taken place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility known as the South Pars gas field in Iran. The United States knew nothing about this particular attack, and the country, Qatar, was in no way, shape, or form involved with it. Unfortunately, Iran did not know this, and thus justifiably and unfairly attacked a portion of Qatar's LNG gas facility. No more attacks will be made by Israel pertaining to this extremely important, valuable South Pars field.
Basically, for context, the United States made it clear they were not going to target Iran's energy infrastructure. Israel ignored this and carried out yet another attack. Then Iran retaliated on Qatar's own energy facilities, causing dozens of billions in damages.
Prime Minister, given the...
Oh shit, was it more than 10? Oh no, it's 17.
Energy facilities, causing dozens of billions in damages.
Prime Minister, given the escalation of attacks on U.S. allies across the Gulf, given the...
And if you think it's bad now with America being involved, if America leaves, you want America to stay there. If America leaves, I would not be surprised if Israel nuked Iran. I think that if Congress doesn't pull its head together in 60 days and we are forced to leave, there is almost a 50-50 chance, in my opinion, that Israel is going to nuke Iran. 100%. We are the ones that are leading these incredibly precise targeted strikes, and we are not taking out their energy infrastructure. Israel has taken out 2 structures now against America's wishes. Israel is tired of Iran. They are, and I get their frustration. But if you think for 1 second that Israel isn't willing to go to war with not only Iran, but America for taking out Iran, you're fucking crazy. You are. If you think Israel isn't willing to fight America to make sure that this regime doesn't come back to power, you're fucking cooked in the head. They absolutely would. And I don't blame them. This fucking country has been bombing the shit out of Israel so much that they had to make this thing called the Iron Dome to protect their cities. I don't blame them one fucking bit. But you've got another thing cooking in your head if you think America leaving this is going to just automatically make everything better. You're stupid.
Energy costs, the U.S. service personnel killed in this war. Many Americans are asking that question, whether you misled their government into starting this war, and for how long should Americans keep paying the price?
Big questions.
Well, I misled no one. As far as oil prices rising, spikes, you know what a spike is? It goes up and goes down. The Americans are working very hard to open the straits, and if they succeed, then
oil prices will come down. I talked to many American friends. They're not clueless. They understand this. Some don't. They said, let's stay out of this. It's not our war. It's not our problem. Maybe it's only the Jews. Have we learned nothing? Absolutely nothing?
No, they know. They just know that if they don't push their own bullshit ideology and propaganda that they're going to lose, and they are. They're losing terribly. And it doesn't matter how much propaganda you try to push into people's comments and stuff. Y'all are going to lose this war. Y'all are. That's just all there is to it.
In these 80 years, we cannot see the danger that...
You've also indicated today that you made a commitment to President Trump not to strike these oil and gas facilities in the future. Should President Trump come to you one day and say, oil prices are too high, it's time to end this war, will you listen to him? And
that's a good question.
Do you need the United States in order to continue this campaign?
Wow.
I don't think any two leaders have been as coordinated as President Trump and I. He's the leader. I'm, his ally.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that America is holding Israel back. Israel would have nuked these people from day one, honestly. Like, I promise you he would have.
Model ally. No. That's how they call it, the model ally. And against all the vilifications that are leveled at Israel, Israel is sponging off America and all that. No, it's not. Israel is...
Yeah.
Brave country, resolute country.
And almost like they're rage baiting. I think this is why so many people push against the war. It's almost like they're rage baiting. Is this yes.
Well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. So you have no choice.
The unwavering fealty to Israel. Can't you see that people are getting alienated by this?
They called Israel the model ally.
No.
That's how they call it, the model ally.
The model ally, huh? Yesterday.
No more attacks will be made by Israel pertaining to this extremely important, valuable South Pars field.
2 weeks ago.
Breaking, the U.S. is dismayed by Israel's attacks on 30 oil depots on Saturday. Wait, is this a real video?
I mean, the model ally should just follow what they're told, especially if you're not the one that's, steering the ship. There's nothing worse than a helmsman that walks over and pulls the steering wheel straight to the right when you're trying to steer a goddamn ship. Damn!
8 months ago.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand?
And he's absolutely right. And I think that Trump would absolutely leave this war if they continue to bomb the oil industry, power plants and shit. If you think that Trump has an unwavering loyalty to Israel, you're fucking cooked, man. You're cooked. We'll work together as long as we have to, and then we're getting we're getting a handful of popcorn and we blowing that bitch, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that.
Do we have anything else? Here we go, boys.
So now 10:30 in New York.
All right, here we go. We watched a little bit of it earlier. It's official now, boys. It's done.
And back on the breaking news, the family of Chuck Norris saying that the Walker Texas Ranger star has died at the age of 86. Carly Shimkus joins us now here in New York for more on the life of an American legend.
Man, oh man, American legend. Let's repeat that.
Bro, you know what's crazy for someone who's 86 or 87? That smile, man, that's a Chuck Norris doesn't brush his teeth, boys. He just has a deal with the dentist.
And we woke up to news yesterday that
That's
Chuck
crazy.
Norris was hospitalized in Hawaii. TMZ reported this happened on the island of Kauai over a medical emergency. We don't know the details of what that was just yet, but we do have indication that this happened all of a sudden because a friend of his said that they were talking on the phone. He was in good spirits. He was cracking jokes, and he just celebrated a birthday earlier this month. And I was looking at his social media, and he noted his birthday by sparring with his trainer.
Of course. What the fuck? Damn, bro. Bro, that's an inspiration right there.
I mean, as one does when you're Chuck Norris, and his caption was, "I don't age, I level up," kind of leaning in.
Yo, I love that he embraced the jokes, too. I love that. W. Chuck Norris, bro, went out like a fucking king. Let's go, Chuck.
That meme about himself.
What did the family have to say?
All sad today. Well, they released a beautiful and lengthy statement, and we have it here, if we could pull it up. They say, "It is with heavy hearts that our family share the sudden passing of our beloved Chuck Norris yesterday morning. While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace. To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. Wow. He lived his life with faith, purpose, and unwavering commitment to the people he loved. Through his work, discipline, and kindness, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives." I mean, just imagine those beautiful words. Clearly, as they say, the heart of the family. He had 5 children. And of course, Walker, Texas Ranger was his main role that I think most people know about him in the movie world, but martial arts. I mean, he was a black belt in like 7 different types of martial art. Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, karate. What a career, what a guy. And there he is, a friend to Fox as well.
It is hard to believe he...
Damn, boys, there it is. Another legend leaves us. Man, it is a sad day, boys. It is. No matter how much we take in them W's everywhere, whenever you get the news that Chuck Norris is dead, it is a big fat L for the entirety of the day. W. Chuck Norris, man. Kick some ass up in heaven for us.
He was 86 because, you know, the family talks about him being a symbol of strength, and that, of course, live on through his family, his children, but also his movies. And he just seemed ageless.
Bro, yeah, like he looks the same. His energy, everything about him just looks the same from like Walker, Texas Ranger. He doesn't even look any different. He looks a little bit more aged, but like the energy, his like physique, his complexion, everything, it's just the same dude. It's just the same. There's no age. He did not age. No age.
Did. And, you know, I mentioned Walker, Texas Ranger, but he did a bunch of different things. And there is one moment from him.
I don't think I've ever watched a Chuck Norris movie and it be bad. Dated, yeah, but bad, I don't think it's possible. I'm not going to lie.
That I'd like to play right now. It's a good one from the movie Dodgeball. And look at how he handled this acting role.
Their fate hangs on the thumb of our final judge.
No, his career went far beyond movies and the public persona that he had. He joined the Air Force as an air policeman in 1958, and that's where he started training in martial arts. He was stationed in South Korea. And then after he retired from the military, he wanted to become a police officer. So he applied in California and opened a martial arts studio.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right. Martial arts.
And then a birth of a legend right there, just because of that.
He was in California, so guess what happened? Right. Hollywood came a-knocking.
You're exactly right about 6-time undefeated karate champion.
Yep. 6.
He was good at what he did, and I was just he taught a lot of actors and actresses how to do this,
yes,
so they could use it for themselves and also in film.
Exactly, because he had that unique ability of knowing how to do it on camera and then really know how to do it. So who would you want more than somebody like him to teach you how to throw some jabs and punches?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all he's an American icon, a great patriot.
Here's a quote for you, Carly. I've seen a lot of anti-hero movies in which the lead was neither good nor bad. There was no one to root for. Right? So he takes that and he says, you can cheer for me.
That's exactly it. And he did. And he is just somebody who, when you think about him and what he brought to the camera and the acting roles, I mean, you think about an American icon, you think of
Man, I can't believe
it. He was a Christian, he was a
I can't believe it.
And we celebrate his life today and going forward. Chuck Norris was 86.
Yes, he was.
Well done, Carly.
A full
Man, it is a sad day.
Well lived.
Thank
you guys.
I cannot believe it, dude. That is just mind-blowing. Genuinely. Good. We need to leave NATO.
Meantime, President Trump posting on
We absolutely need to leave NATO. NATO's a joke.
social minutes ago, calling on allies to step up as the regime steps up attacks on oil and gas facilities across the Gulf region. President writing this: without the USA, NATO is a paper tiger. They didn't want to join the fight to stop a nuclear-powered Iran. Now that fight is militarily won with very little danger for them. They complain about high oil prices they're forced to pay, but don't want to help open the Strait of Hormuz, a simple military maneuver that is the single reason for the high oil prices. So easy for them to do with so little risk. Cowards, and we will remember. Yikes. Steve Harrigan is live from.
Yeah, they are. They're cowards. They're fucking. They're pussies. They don't want to do anything. Of course, we should just leave NATO. We should just leave NATO.
Border with Iran. Steve.
Jackie, a number of European leaders now calling.
I mean, getting the benefits from America paying 3 times the amount of money than every other fucking country. So now that America actually wants them to get involved and help out against this fucking disgusting regime, they don't want to do anything. That's fine. That's fine.
Strait of Hormuz to be opened up for commercial shipping. A potential coalition to make that happen could include Great Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Japan, and Canada. But so far, none of those countries willing to put military assets in the region. And it's clear from the traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. I
didn't even realize Germany was part of NATO. That's crazy.
Up it is. Before the war, you could see the number of ships, tankers entering and leaving the Strait of Hormuz. As of Tuesday, that number down to 0. Iran also lashing out against its Gulf neighbors after a major oil field in Iran was attacked by Israel. President Trump said Israel would no longer target Iran's energy infrastructure. Here's President Trump.
Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields.
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. You know, we do. We're independent, but
how about you want to make a bet he was yelling whenever he got on that phone? How much I want to make a bet bro was like sweating and yelling? I wonder how pissed Trump was whenever he heard about it.
Great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
Administration officials said they could soon ease restrictions on the sale of about 140 million barrels of Iranian oil for sale in the Far East. Guys, back to you.
All right, Steve Harrigan, thank you so much from Armenia. Appreciate it.
Be sure to like.
Hey, Mark.
Ainsley Lawrence and Brian, good morning, friends. Happy Friday. The White House insists any pain Americans feel at the gas pump will be temporary. But how long is temporary? That's anyone's guess, as we have seen international crude prices jump more than 50% in the last 3 weeks alone. Oil prices pulled back from their highs on Thursday after the president said he had spoken with Israel.
Yeah, unfortunately, that shit about to skyrocket. Ever since that attack yesterday,
no more attacks on Iran's energy fields. My colleague Edward Lawrence with Fox Business was in the Oval Office.
Have you talked to Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields?
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. You know, we do. We're independent, but get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and
I love that there's a person in the comments called Cybertruck saying Democrats define what a woman is already. I'm sorry. That's funny, bro.
So we're not doing that anymore.
The U.S. is certainly not alone in trying to curb rising energy prices.
That shit's funny. You don't come back from that, bro. You don't come back from that.
Statement yesterday expressing an eagerness to ensure ships can safely pass through the Strait of Hormuz. One idea the United States is not considering is limiting its exports of oil and gas. We heard from the Energy Secretary Chris Wright, who posted, thanks to the president, the U.S. is the world's top oil and natural gas producer. We're also the largest natural gas exporter and a top oil exporter. To be clear, the Trump administration has no plan to implement restrictions on oil and gas exports. So the big question, of course, will be what's next. There's a report in Axios this morning that the Trump administration is looking at military options for Carg Island, the possibility of occupying it in the weeks ahead. That would put service members closer to the action, but the president has also pushed back on the idea he would want to see service members on the ground in Iran. We'll see if the president weighs in any further on today's developments when we see him later this morning.
Yep.
I guess we'll have to wait.
so much, Mark. You can really.
All we can do is wait, boys. There we go. So we got a little Epstein snippet here. A little resurface before it, dives back under. We got some new information. Not much, but it's something. It's not much, but it's something. A little bit more about Epstein.
Senate debating the Save America Act requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote in the United States of America. It's something that has a lot of support. We have seen it in polling time and time again. 84% of independents say they support.
Oh, I hope they pass this bill, bro. I hope they pass this bill. We have needed voter ID for so long, it's not even funny. W. Donald fucking Trump, by the way.
But it faces opposition from Democrats and even from some Republicans. The bill's lead Senate sponsor, Utah Republican Mike Lee, spoke about it moments ago. Watch.
This is an important part of ensuring our longstanding promise of one citizen, one vote. When you allow non-citizens to vote, that offsets that equation.
So with that, we bring in Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy, a co-sponsor of the Save America Act, who's on the Judiciary, Budget, Banking, and Appropriations Committee. Senator, always good to have you with us. Thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, the debate is ongoing on the Senate floor. How would you characterize it?
Well, I'd like to say it's fruitful, but I'm doubtful that any of our Democratic colleagues are going to change their mind. The issue is very simple. President Biden let in, I don't know, 8 million, 12 million, 30 million people. We don't know who they are. Some of them are economic migrants.
I mean,
a lot of them are criminals.
The issue is that when you've got states like Minnesota and LA just giving out IDs to people, and you're seeing it a lot with the trucker accidents that are happening with all these illegals that are getting these IDs and then they don't even know how to speak English. And they're getting people killed. It's obvious that something is going on to allow them to vote. I mean, it's just there. It's currently being, people are being brought in to testify, especially with all the whistleblowers under Tim Walz that are coming forward. I mean, obviously something is going on here. And I hope that this will slow them down to an extent, But I feel like, unfortunately, Minnesota and LA have already kind of gotten ahead of this because they knew that this was going to happen. So now with them just like indiscriminately handing out these IDs, it's going to slow some of these states down. But for the ones that thought ahead for this, I don't think it's going to do anything, unfortunately. That's the real problem that I can see coming up. But I think that voter ID has been long overdue, 1,000%.
And a large portion of the American people.
Let me tell you something. If you can't figure out how to get an identification card or a driver's license, you shouldn't be able to vote anyway, because you can't figure out how to do that. How the fuck are we expecting you to make a cognitively sound, with a cognitively sound mind, make a vote that will affect American lives? Like, genuinely.
The Democrats did that.
There are homeless people that have damn IDs. Like, come on.
Because they're going to try to register these folks to vote and their potential Democratic votes. I'm not saying that's true or not. I don't know. But a lot of people in America believe that. So our SAVE Act says very simply, look, when you register to vote, you've got to prove that you're an American. And number two, when you go to vote, you have to prove you are who you say you are in order to vote. But we've got to get 61 votes or 60 votes to pass this bill.
Idiot thinks the SAVE Act allows a driver's license. Tell me you're not from America without telling me you're not from America.
There's a shorter way. I don't know why we haven't tried it. We ought to be doing it through reconciliation, which only requires 50 votes plus the vice president. I'm in the minority on that. The majority leader, who's my good friend, doesn't agree with me. A lot of
Why
Republicans.
not? Can you tell us a little bit about
I
that?
have
Because,
no idea.
I mean, there's 53
they-
Republican senators, but, you know, it looks like, by my count, according to our reporters on the Hill, Tillis and Murkowski are likely no's. Collins would do the bill as is, which means only...
You know why everyone in America is standing for this? It's because we're tired of having our government being influenced by all these illegals and these third worlders that are coming here telling us what our Constitution says because they want to cherry pick out certain words, like Ilhan Omar, that wanted to fund the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, so they can import more people and use that as votes, holding welfare and their immigration status over their heads. Nah, man, this got to go through. This has to, for every hardworking veteran and American that has ever sweat or bled for this country. This has to.
Citizenship and proof of ID, but none of the other stuff that has been, you know, hung on the Christmas tree, as John Fetterman said. McConnell, nobody knows. So it may be at 49.
Right.
You know, explain to us the dynamic between your argument and John Thune's argument on this.
Well, you don't have to be Einstein's cousin to see all this coming. And I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think we're going to get any Democratic votes. So how can you pass the bill without Democratic votes? You do reconciliation. Now, some of my Republican colleagues say we can't get it past the Budget Control Act, which controls what we can do in reconciliation. How the hell do they know? We haven't even tried yet. There are a lot of smart lawyers in this country that can draft a bill that I think can pass what we call the Budget Control Act and get past the parliamentarian. I've seen plenty of provisions get past the parliamentarian that I didn't think had a chance, and vice versa. But my point is, why not give it a shot?
Yeah.
If what we're doing is not going to work, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't hear any Democrats changing their mind. Then why don't we do something that will work? I mean, it's a matter of common sense to me, but I'm in the minority on this among Republicans. I freely admit that.
But you're saying if you could get it through on reconciliation... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, I'm not in the majority on my side, but sometimes the majority...
Man, selling himself out. He's selling himself out. I wonder. Yeah, man, take it easy. Stay safe out there, John. Where'd he go? How about you enlist and join us? Join who? What country are you from? Every person that I've seen that came into my comments so far that said enlist and go fight Iran has all been Iranian people. It has. It's all been like propaganda pushers. What, a chair? Oh, you just a generational fucktard. Okay. Here, enjoy your perma. There you go. You don't have to watch anymore. We sent you on your way. You seem open-minded to all sides. And yeah, it's because it's not a left or right policy. We're not fighting the left and the right. We're fighting terrorism and the rich 1%ers of our country that are systematically turning everybody into cattle. 100%. And if I see a country that's getting genocided by its own government, big surprise, you know, I kind of have a fucking problem with that. Especially whenever they praise in death to America. Big surprise.
Just means all the fools are on the same side.
It ain't about left and right. It ain't about cultural politics. It's about these people trying to flood the fucking country with all these goddamn people that can't assimilate with our culture. That's the fucking problem. And they're doing it to get these votes. And that shit gotta stop.
These fools. I'm just saying, okay, where's plan B? Plan A may not work. Where's plan B?
So your plan, which would be to do it through reconciliation, which you would have to get through the parliamentarian, and I don't know whether or not that would work. It has to, you know, prove that somehow this bill would have a financial underpinning that would allow it to be treated that way in a general term. And what you're talking about would get around this whole issue of whether or not you'd want to break the filibuster, which I know you don't want to do because of what could happen when the shoe's on the other foot, right?
Well, let me tell you, we're going to have to do reconciliation again to get the government open.
Yeah.
And get DHS open. The Democrats, the Karen wing of the Democratic Party is not going to let them agree to anything. All they're doing is rope-a-dope. Here's what we need to do. The Democrats have offered to open up everything except ICE. We need to accept their offer.
My God,
open
dude.
up everything except ICE. And the next day, we need to do a reconciliation.
Who
bill.
gives a fuck if it's about oil? At the end of the day, I've seen way too much information about this country doing some bad, nasty shit to not only its own people, but the other countries around them through this proxy terrorism they're doing all over the Middle East. And even in America. Why do you think the minute that America attacked this shithole, they immediately activated terrorist cells in America? I wonder why that could be. Maybe it's just because the IRGC's cooked.
Open up ICE. And the Dems can't stop us. So if we're going to be doing...
If we get their oil, hell, that's a bonus, boys. Say less. I was already on board.
Reconciliation bill anyway, why shouldn't we try to do the SAVE Act?
Yeah.
It's a matter of common sense to me.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up with us.
I was already convinced with the genocide, with the wrestler that was hung last night. I was already convinced with the 47 years that we've been bombing these dumbasses to keep them from having nukes and all the malware and money we've spent trying to get trying to disable their ability to make nukes, and with how many scientists we've killed with our bombs. And all the fucking soldiers we've had to get back by giving them money. Say less, man. I mean, you're pointing out the one thing, man. Like, shit, put it on the list, why don't you? God damn.
We'll be watching and, seeing if you can persuade the other members of your party and perhaps some of the other party to do exactly that.
You keep looking at the one picture, and I'm going to keep looking outside the box and collecting these fat paychecks from YouTube, huh?
It's going to take a real strong drive.
I need people that think that way. You know why? Because the like-minded people come, and they stick around because I like what I'm saying. They have some disagreements sometimes. It's going to happen. That's okay. But whenever you just don't want to hear the argument and you just want to insult people, man, thank you for your patronage.
Logic doesn't seem to be working, Martha.
All right, we'll see. We know you can be persuasive, so we'll see. Senator Kennedy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to see you, sir.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all.
Yo, W. Damn, so they dismantled a terrorist cell in the UAE. Took their ass out, boy.
Dubai with the latest on the war in Iran. Lucas.
Well, good early morning, Carly and Todd from Dubai. The Emirates has announced its...
So from what I understand, there was a Hamas terrorist regime that bombed Israel in Dubai. And in obvious retaliation, Israel bombed the shit out of that missile thing and probably some other stuff. We don't control them. They do what the fuck they want for the most part, unless it involves blowing up oil. And boy, let me tell you what, there are a lot of butthurt people on the internet right now.
Dismantled.
Mauled about it. Maybe someone will care.
Hezbollah and Iran-linked terrorist network here in the
Emirates.
Emirates.
It was Hezbollah. It was Hezbollah. It was the other terrorist organization linked to Iran. Oh, man. Tell me you're linked to a fucking government without telling me you're linked to a government. Oh, man, what? That government's getting bombed? Well, I'm going to bomb them. But remember, guys, we're just all delusional. We're all delusional.
Tonight, there are over 500,000 Iranians that live here in the UAE, as the Pentagon announcing it's deployed A-10 and Apache helicopter gunships to destroy those little boats associated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Here's President Trump at the White House with a battle update brief.
Bro, that's just a nice word to say, an Apache gunship. Bro, that sounds badass. That's like my new favorite word. Other than like the black Dorito of death. But like Apache gunship. Like just the way it rings off the tongue, man. It's got a good, strong name.
We've obliterated their Navy. We've obliterated their just about everything there is to obliterate, including leadership. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft equipment is gone. We're flying wherever we want.
Bro, Death Doritos. Death Doritos. and it's a black Dorito. Oh, dude. Oh, that's the best one yet.
Pete, we have nobody even shooting at us. Their leaders are gone. They pick new leaders, they're gone. They pick new leaders, they're gone. And now they're looking for new leaders again.
After pressure from President Trump on European and
That's
Asian
right,
allies.
man. Every crunch that you take out of your chip is like a feeling of victory. Oh, damn!
To do more to help open the Strait of Hormuz. Britain, France, Germany, Italy, the Dutch, Japan, whose prime minister visited the White House yesterday, and we can talk about that funny moment later, and Canada. Perhaps HMCS Montreal is available in a new joint statement calling on Iran to cease its attacks and open the strait. And cease attacks on energy facilities throughout the Middle East. Early this morning, multiple Iranian...
You see, whenever this all gets wrapped up, Trump should immediately try to leave NATO. 100%.
Drones hit a Kuwaiti oil refinery, causing a partial shutdown. Drone attacks on Saudi Arabia continue as well as here in the Emirates. And yesterday, Iran attacking the largest gas field in the world off the coast of Qatar, causing $20 billion in...
You ignore comments that you don't want to respond to. I get it. It's cool. That's... Okay, so what have you got to say that's informative? What do you mean, bro? What about deporting political? What are you even on about? What's your, why are you crying? Why are you crying in comment? What's your problem? You got your chance now. I hope you don't roach out on me. You said that 2 days ago and ignored me. Said what? Show me how deporting political dissentators is constitutional. I don't give a fuck about that. If you moved up into our government using a state that is being cracked down on because of all these illegal fraudsters that are taking this money and sending it to a Somali terrorist, and you're a Somalian that moved up from that state, and you're in our politics, you were not born and raised in America, you need to be denaturalized and sent the fuck back. That's what needs to happen to you. You need to be debanked, denaturalized, assets seized, and sent the fuck back. You need to be airdropped in Somalia. That's what needs to happen to you. You shouldn't even be in our politics if you're not in America, if you haven't like been here for at least 3 generations, period. You don't see a problem with import. You know why? Because as of right now, because of all the Somalians that have been deported out of Minneapolis, they've lost an entire congressional seat. And now you have Ilhan Omar advocating for the defunding of our Department of Homeland Security. That's the fuck why. That's why. And if you can't put that together, we ain't got an argument. You might as well just told me that the earth was fucking flat. We good? American citizens assimilate with American culture. They do not build their own shopping center and chase out white people the minute that they get uncovered for fucking fraud. That, my friend, is what you would call a terrorist trying to colonize your country. That is what that is called. Now, you can butter it up, you can make it look good, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not a little bitch. I'm going to say what it is. Yeah, and here's another thing. If you're too goddamn stupid to understand what's going on and you want to go out there and hurt American citizens, you should be airdropped into Somalia too. You should be sent to country. If you think that what ICE is doing is the Gestapo, we should be airdropping your sorry ass into Russia. Why don't you go protest in China? I wonder why. I don't see you pussy ass bitches doing that shit. Nah, you up in my comments saying stupid shit. That's why I stopped addressing this shit, because it's fucking brain dead. It's a waste of my fucking time. It's a waste of everybody's time. to even remotely take this shit serious. It's a joke. And that's why you're losing. Because everybody knows it's a joke. Is that all? No, they should be deported because they're in Minneapolis burning down buildings, throwing frozen ice bottles at police, and throwing bricks at police. They should just be thankful that I'm that merciful, because what I think they deserve is a bullet. The police officer are not your fucking punching bag. Federal agents are not your harassment key. They are fucking officials. And you start fucking around with that and all you have is chaos, just like what Minneapolis looked like. We built this country on law and order. I'm not making sense. How many of y'all understand what I'm saying? Say I do, if you understand what I'm saying. Damn. Damn.
And damage,
Hold on.
17%.
Hold on. I got something for you. I got something I keep on the side just for you, brother. I have this video is specifically for that mentality. I keep it here. I want you to go look this video up when I'm done. Treasure it. Keep it with you. Damn, that really hit 5K videos? Oh, no, that's the liked. Okay. I want you to let this sink in. Let this run through your veins. Take this knowledge in. It'll probably be the only thing you're willing to take in.
Someone I know who doesn't believe we went to the moon. So I said, what kind of evidence would convince you? He said, images of the landing site of the Apollo missions. So I said, okay, here's a website where we sent an orbiter to the moon so that it was close enough, because ground-based telescopes, they don't have the resolution to see the landing sites. But if you get close enough to the moon, you can. It photographed the entire surface of the moon, and there were the landing sites, and you saw the rover tracks, the base for the lunar module. That night, he went home and found it. Then he came back and says, NASA could have faked that. Well, I'm done with you. We have no more to talk about. Because he's not ready to be convinced.
There you go. There we go. Moving on.
Offline with repairs expected to last up to 5 years. Iran claims it retaliated for an Israeli strike on the same gas field it shares with Qatar, that northern part there. Now, CENTCOM also providing some new drone imagery, some kill TV, if you will, showing an Iranian ballistic missile factory destroyed after U.S. jet.
That's the sad part. You have people that believe the earth is flat too. At certain point, you're not going to convince them, okay? All you can do is move on and hope that one day natural selection doesn't take them and they learn something. Okay? That's all you can do with these people. You can pull them up and embarrass them and make content off of them, but you'll never persuade them.
That's bombed it. Now, here in Dubai early this morning, air defenses were.
You're not going to persuade them because they're too busy being paid to push a political goal or an ideology. They know what they're doing is wrong, but they're collecting a paycheck. Or they're just rage baiting. There's no actual intelligence behind this. It's just an argument for the sake of having an argument for the most part. Unless you're that fucking brain dead, in which case, let the good Lord work it out.
Over the course of this war of the past 3 weeks, Iran has
natural selection's a bitch. A lot of the Minneapolis protesters found that out the hard way. They all in federal prison right now because the FBI went and snapped them the fuck up. So, let it work itself out. I said that was going to happen too. And they got so many of those rioters. They weren't protesters, they were rioters. They got so many of those rioters, it's not even funny.
More than
Hell, Don Lennon over there stewing in jail right now, boys.
drones and missiles here at the Emirates. That's more than.
By the way, stick around. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon. That is right. I said that right. That means that the next 2 days will be up. We will be back Monday, same time, same place. By the way, stick around, sub to the channel, leave the comments in the videos, hit the like button. Keep being you. We also have channel membership. Make sure you sub to the channel. Check out that channel. You ain't got to get the channel membership. You know what I'm saying? Like, every little bit helps me pay for my bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, most transparent streamer. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hit the like on the stream, helps out with the views. You don't have to use the channel membership. Just sticking around and watching the videos does more than enough. Don't ever feel obligated to do that. But if you want to check it out, you get those beautiful exclusive emotes that I handmade myself in Sony Vegas Image, okay?
Twice the number fired at Israel gas.
Lucas Tomlinson live for us this morning. Lucas, thank you.
Thank you, Lucas.
Back here at home, this is the question. Could some big moves be coming from the Trump administration as they focus on energy markets and, of course, securing the Strait of Hormuz?
Madeline Rivera is in Washington with the new action from the White House. Hi, Maddie.
Good morning, Todd and Carly. President Trump says he will do what's needed to stop oil prices from climbing after those tit-for-tat attacks between Israel and Iran on oil and gas facilities throughout the Middle East, shaking up markets. Crude oil prices now.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Trump's going to be able to do shit about this. What Trump needs to do is open the Strait of Hormuz, but I doubt that that's actually going to help the oil and gas. I don't think it's going to do much. I mean, obviously the Strait of Hormuz being closed is bad, but I'm going to be honest with you, even if we opened up the Strait of Hormuz, who's to say Israel or even Iran with their own stupidity ends up blowing something else up that has to do with refining the oil and gas? I feel like this is just kind of like an unfortunate thing that's going to be a part of this war. Because it's like I had said whenever this first started, it was a war of attrition. So, like, it's going to be who gets burnt out the fastest.
Hovering at around $100 a barrel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel acted alone, and President Trump says he spoke with Netanyahu.
You talked to Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields.
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that. And he won't do that. We didn't discuss. You know, we do. We're independent. We get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
The administration is considering other actions.
What the fuck is that thing? What the hell is this? What is this thing? I keep seeing this shit. What is this?
As well, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says they may lift sanctions on Iranian oil that's already at sea. Vice President J.D. Vance also met with oil executives on Thursday, where they stressed they are not planning to implement restrictions on oil and gas exports. The president
is that the actual oil rig? I thought the oil rigs were bigger than that. Maybe that does make sense, actually. Damn, they pumping a lot of fucking oil out of that goddamn thing if they getting all that. Jesus. That's a big-ass oil well, boys. Filling that many ships at once? There's no way.
Planning to implement restrictions on oil.
A lot of oil under that ocean, boy.
The president says Operation Epic Fury will end soon, yet the Pentagon is asking for a $200 billion supplemental request for the war.
As far as $200 billion, I think that number could move, obviously. It takes...
They're going to go with the safest number. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go with the safest number they can.
It takes money to kill bad guys. So we're going back to Congress and our folks there to ensure that we're properly funded for what's been done, for what we may have to do in the future, ensure that our ammunition is... everything's refilled, and not just refilled, but above and beyond.
The bill faces an uphill battle, though. Some budget hawks in the House will certainly demand offsets, and several Democrats have already expressed no desire to pass the legislation.
Oh, I see someone got a problem with something. Hold on. America. So you still on about the immigration thing? Not assimilating with American culture means coming from a culture like Iran, where they rape their women so that way they go to hell instead of what is depicted in their religion as heaven, and then killing them in prison. That's called the inability to assimilate with a Western culture. You can't have that kind of culture trying to assimilate itself and take over a country where that's not accepted. Period. Does that answer your question? That doesn't happen in Iran. Holy shit. Bro, what? That is crazy. If you're trying to compare the U.S. and officials in prison doing that to women, you're a schizo and accept your permaban. You're a dumbass. Anyone else? Is for... I don't even know what the hell this is. This is weird. What the fuck does that even mean? Sea of knowledge. What did I miss? Oh, moron got banned. Yo, chubby boy, let's talk more. Yo, dumbass. Enjoy the Shadow Realm. This mentality of everyone needs to get along is so fucking dumb. Oh, we need to import these people that actively have a blood war, Somalia, against two different factions in their own country into America, and everyone's just gonna automatically get along. Sure. Whatever you say.
Todd and Carl.
Matt Rivera live for us in Washington. Maddie, thank you. Let's bring in Fox News contributor and former CIA station chief Dan Hoffman. Dan, great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Give us your assessment on where this war stands right now as we are set to approach week 3.
Oh man, you getting reported? Hate speech. That's racist, bruh. It's actually racist. You can't say that. Oh, not you. That's actually racist. Like it's a form of hate speech.
Yeah, so we're continuing to see Iran striking.
At least if you're not from America, maybe try to avoid the hate speech. I don't know how it is in your third world like country or whatever, but like here in America, if you say certain things a certain way, especially like if you say like the N-word and stuff like that, you typically get reported or YouTube like actually suspends your account. Like, don't do that. It's stupid. It's brain dead. You see, we have this thing called reform over here. It's where you're reformed, you know?
Soft targets, oil refineries in Qatar and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. That's the essence of their asymmetric warfare. The United States and Israel are hitting Iran's military-industrial complex, decapitating their leadership, targeting senior intelligence officers. And what Iran wants to do is drive up the price, literally, for the United States and Israel of carrying on this war.
Yes, he would. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. I'm kind of surprised Trump has a fucking account. I mean, let's be honest here.
Up the price of oil.
It's funny.
The Iranian leadership, what's left of it, is certainly very well aware of the political pressure that President Trump faces in the Congress and from the American voters about the
Uno, dos, tres, perma, bitch!
The rise of the price of gasoline, and they're hoping that we will stop this war short of ending the regime or changing the
They
regime.
said the same thing about Japan. All we had to do is drop 2 bombs.
Regime's behavior.
Well, when it comes to that, President Trump did take a lot of questions yesterday, and here he is forecasting the future. Watch this.
Mr. President, do you intend to lift sanctions on Iranian oil, and do you intend to potentially put U.S. troops or more troops in the region?
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you, but I'm not putting.
Why do they keep asking the president of the United? Like, do they think he's just gonna say that? Come on, guys.
Troops.
So obviously, the president isn't going to, give details on anything having to do with something like that, but there could be a level of severity
That's
or
racist,
seriousness.
bro. You can't say that. You mad because he's orange, bro? That's racist. That's racist. How do you think Grimace would feel, bro? You just mad because he's orange? That's fucked up, man. That's wrong.
In terms of what he's saying. So if that's the case, no troops on the ground, what are, Dan, the advantages and drawbacks of that?
I mean, it would be a significant escalation for the United States if we were to put troops on the ground, whether to find and...
Don't quit fucking with our tangerine warlord, all right, man? Leave him alone. He ain't hurting nobody other than a bunch of terrorists that got what was coming to him.
That is still there in reportedly in Isfahan that we'd like to get, or to take Karg Island. There are limits to what air power alone can do. We have absolutely degraded Iran's
Exactly. You attacking Trump because he's orange, then why don't you attack Grimace because he's purple? That's racist, man. How do you think the Grinch feels?
To inflict harm on the rest of the region and the world by destroying their ballistic missiles and the launchers and their factories and the drones. But at the same time, Iran retained some capability. The DNI testified to that effect to Congress, said the regime is degraded but intact. And so the question for the Trump administration that I expect President Trump is asking Director Ratcliffe is, how much farther do we need to go? How close is Iran to capitulating? The Iranians will look strong until the end. Their regime survival is at stake here. And they're going to continue to fire off whatever missiles they have.
Hey man, it's basically the same thing. I mean, if you're dropping sheikhs and dropping, I mean, at this point they should just come together and make like a badass ad that supports the military government. I mean, every kids meal you buy is $1 towards a bomb for Iran. I mean, let's be honest here. Why haven't they done more like that? I mean, remember the women's revolution back in World War I or World War II, where they got a bunch of women to make bombs and shit. We need to go back to our ancestry, boys. This is some bullshit. I want more advertisement. I want the Black Death Dorito. I want one shaped like a B-2 bomber, and I want the front of the fucking bag to say, every fucking chip you buy, every chip you eat is like an American W. And every $1 you spend on our bags of chips is $1 towards bombing the shit out of a terrorist, government. All right? That's what I want. That's the kind of shit I want. I want that kind of propaganda. Where's that at? That's what I want.
Even as we pound their country into oblivion.
Yeah, well, because they are so degraded, as you say, Dan.
Bro, we literally bombing these people back to the Stone Age. Straight up.
Public executions have resumed in Iran, and this week we're learning that 3 men, including this 19-year-old champion wrestler whose name is Salah Mohammadi, they were executed by the regime. They were accused of killing 2 police officers during the January protests.
That's crazy. That's crazy that protesters killed 2 police officers when you sitting there mowing people down with ARs on quad bikes. That's crazy to me. Big surprise they beat the shit out of somebody and he died. That's what happens whenever you kill 32,000 people. I'd be pretty pissed too.
But activist groups, man, they say they were not given a fair trial and forced to confess to this crime by torture. And there are a lot of Olympians now speaking out against the death of this young athlete. And of course, these public executions are intended to clamp down on protesters. What's your reaction to this?
That's obviously what they're for.
The prospect that Iranians could take to the streets and take back control of their country.
They should. They should. They are under a regime that is systematically killing all of their protesters and trying to oppress them even after they've bombed multiple countries around them that were neutral with actual bombs, with drone bombing. Of course. Like, the Iranian people, they need to start stepping up, bro. There's only so much that these bombs are going to carry them for. They need to start stepping up.
In the face of this.
I know that it's fucking depressing. It's sad. But, like, think about how many people y'all have lost already. What's going to happen is it's going to be more. This regime will not stop until it falls.
Yeah, I think Iran's extreme repression of any protest at all certainly reflects how precarious the regime's hold is on the country, and how tenuous their grip is on the domestic protests that we've seen, not just over the past 6 months, but over the past few years, going back to the Green Movement. The challenge for the protesters is that there's still roughly 100,000 Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps and the besieged paramilitary militia that is there to suppress protests violently. And that's the message from the Iranian government to its own people is, do not take this opportunity while we are facing off against the United States and Israel to think that you can overthrow our regime. Now, autocracies are brittle, and sometimes we in the public are surprised when all of a sudden they collapse internally. And that's another question I think President Trump will be asking his intelligence community, just how this regime, this Iranian regime, how strong their hold is on the country. But at this point, they continue to be able to repress the population and ensure that there is no ultimate threat from the domestic population to the regime.
Yeah, with public hangings, which is just horrifying. And Iran is known to target.
Oh yeah, because and then they threaten. They don't just try to kill the person that's protesting. They try to go after that person's family and kill them too. Like it works. What they're doing to these people works. That's why it's very effective, and that's why they've been doing it.
It's, young, healthy people who are well known to strike even greater fear in the masses. And that, of course, calls to mind the Iranian women's soccer team, which is now back on Iranian soil. And there's, of course, great concern for their futures because they were labeled wartime traitors. So that concern is sadly for very good reason. Dan, we have to leave it there, but thank you again for joining us this morning. It's good to see you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Damn, bro. That is crazy. Unfortunately, I think it is about that time. Let me just make sure there's nothing too crazy. Hold on. What is this?
Welcome back. As President Trump pushes to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the Marine Corps may be the key. Let's turn to...
Yeah, they're still talking about the strait. All right, boys. I think that's it for the weekend. We gonna be back on Monday, bright and early. Stay safe out there. What is America's culture? Oh man, you still on? You still on with this? Hold on. Oh my God, dude! I'm just gonna perma you. Jesus Christ.
Big picture, real quickly.
Got the patience for that stupidity. All right, boys, we rolling. God bless America. W. Donald Trump. Keep up the good fight, Donald. You got this, man. Oh, hold on. Let me see something. Got to get that music going, man. W. Afro. What was it? Afro Man? W. Afro Man on his massive victory against those morons.
I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna
I hope that y'all stay safe out there. Don't do anything dumb. We might be laughing at you. You know, you might be getting pulled up. Who knows? Stay away from the crazies. Fuck down, okay? We'll be back on Monday. I might start doing weekend streams at some point. I'm not sure if I want to follow through with that yet or not, but we may end up doing that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being y'all. Stay safe out there. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. And I'll see you beautiful people on Monday. Monday fun day. You know what I'm saying? Peace, boys.
A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got